rejected in confession, immediately married the immortal's mother. Liuhai traveled through a parallel world and became classmates with the future top star of the entertainment industry, Liu Tianxian. At the graduation ceremony, he fell in love at first sight with Liu Tianxian's mother. Liu Tianxian was right, she is the ugliest in her family, but her mother is really beautiful. Chapter 1, The Mysterious Woman, Rebirth. In a villa at Yuchuan Mountain Water Manor in the capital city, a gentle evening breeze rustled the treetops outside, bringing some coolness to the hot summer air. Inside the villa, two women, one older and one younger, were deep in conversation. "Mom, our graduation ceremony is in a couple of days. The class tutor specifically mentioned that the parents of outstanding alumni must attend this event. You guys from Beijing are really practical, huh? Outstanding alumni? Are the parents from ordinary families not worthy of attending this event?" The woman speaking was Liu Tianxian, who had recently started making a name for herself in the entertainment industry and was famously known as their goddess for her stunning looks. The one complaining was Liu Tianxian's mother, Liu Xiaoli, who was known for her beauty, often described as having the grace of a falling fish or swallowing moon. In her 30s, she looked as if she were in her 20s due to her excellent skincare, and her beauty surpassed even her daughter's when they stood side by side. She carried herself with the youthful allure of a 17 or 18-year-old, combined with the mature charm of a woman in her 30s. She stood like a ripe peach, irresistible to countless men. "Mom Tilder, it's the school's rule, there's nothing I can do about it. Just go for me, I promise Teacher Zhang," Liu Tianxian said, pulling her mother's arm as she began to use her tried and true method of acting spoiled to get what she wanted. Ever since she was little, whenever she wanted something and her mother hesitated, Liu Tianxian would always use this tactic to get her way. Hearing her daughter's delicate voice, which was as sweet as a warbler's song, Liu Xiaoli's heart softened. She sighed helplessly, all right, I'll go. You're already so grown up and still acting spoiled with me. Save this act for your future husband, okay? Mom can't handle it." Liu Tianxian shook her head and lay into her mother's arms, her face full of dependency. "I don't want to get married. I want to stay with you forever, Mom." Feeling her daughter's affection, Liu Xiaoli smiled warmly. "Not getting married? Then are you planning to become an old maid like me?" As soon as Liu Xiaoli finished speaking, Liu Tianxian struggled to sit up, exclaiming, "Mom, you're not an old maid. Your skin is so smooth and youthful that people would believe you're 18. And did you know? Netizens say we look like sisters when we stand together." After a brief pause, Liu Tianxian continued, "Over the years, Godfather has treated you well. Why don't you agree to be with him?" At the mention of her godfather, Liu Xiaoli sank into memories. Chen Jinfei, her godfather, had been a close friend of her ex-husband, and Xiaokang. From the first time they met, Liu Xiaoli had felt uncomfortable with the way he looked at her, despite his attempts to hide it. She was sensitive enough to notice. At that time, she was still married, so Chen Jinfei had maintained some decorum. Later, after her marriage with Xiaokang ended due to differing views, Chen Jinfei immediately pursued her. He helped her daughter enter the entertainment industry, while Liu Xiaoli used her family's influence to assist him in business. "I will only be friends with your godfather, nothing more," Liu Xiaoli said firmly. "All right," Liu Tianxian replied with a hint of disappointment, as if she had already become accustomed to her mother's response. Meanwhile, in the dormitory of Beijing University, a man with sharp brows and deep-set eyes suddenly awoke with a start. His dark skin didn't affect his handsome appearance. Having been a typical 996 worker in his previous life, from sunrise to the starry night, he hadn't made much money, but he had accumulated plenty of occupational diseases: fatty liver, endocrine imbalance, frequent visits to small clinics, but he still had to work the next day. He had always dreamed of getting rich quickly, quitting his job, and traveling the world while living a simple life of modest food and drink. But now, suddenly reborn, he found that the simple life didn't seem so appealing anymore. Yes, Liuhai was not from this era. He came from the year 2023, and perhaps fate had heard his thoughts and gave him the opportunity to reincarnate. It was just an ordinary overtime shift that had brought him back several years. Liuhai had always been an ordinary person. His parents had died, and he grew up in an orphanage, with no background to speak of. Now, as a traveler with a system, of course, the system was a given. All reincarnated beings got one, just the basic setup. But Liuhai's system was rather bizarre. Sweet love system, activate after binding a woman. All sweet love actions will reward points, which can be used in the system store. Note, points depend on the woman's qualities. Once bound, the character cannot be changed. Looking at the quirky system, Liuhai could barely hold back his frustration. Other people's systems are all about seduction, encouraging them to find more partners. Even if not, they are systems where you spend money to gain rewards. But a sweet love system. How pure can this get? Having been reborn, Liuhai was now a soon-to-be graduate, about to step into a promising future as a director. He hadn't even had the chance to experience the entertainment industry properly. He had heard that female celebrities in the industry would even recommend themselves to bed for resources. But now, with this sweet love system in his hands, Liuhai felt like something important was slipping away from him. Today's system refresh items. 1. Tycoon, instantly make their host the wealthiest person in the world, with unmatched power. Cost, 100 billion points. 2. Master level director ability, cost, 100,000 points. 3. Song I Like You, cost, 10,000 points. Current points, 0, please bind a target as soon as possible to start your exciting life. Their sweet love system could only bind one woman, and once bound, the character could not be changed. This woman was incredibly important, as she would determine his happiness for the rest of his life. What if he chose someone like Ma Jinyan or Liu Xiaoli? Wouldn't he his whole life be doomed to wear a shameful label? Chapter 2, The Love System. Liu Mom is really beautiful. Time passed quickly, and soon it was the next day. At 5:30 in the afternoon, the Beijing auditorium was bustling with excitement. As soon as Liuhai entered the hall, he was immediately drawn to a woman sitting in the first row. She was engaged in an animated conversation with someone next to her. The woman was dressed in exquisite, luxurious attire that looked very expensive. Her long, jet black hair cascaded naturally, enhancing her graceful, unassuming appearance. Elegant, mature, seductive, dignified, these words could barely capture the woman's beauty and aura. She was incredibly beautiful, so much so that even Liu Tianxian, his classmate, seemed less radiant by comparison. There was a significant difference between a ripe peach and an unripe one. Her aristocratic demeanor and alluring figure attracted the attention of every man in the room. In just a moment, Liuhai witnessed dozens of well-dressed parents of successful students approach her, requesting her contact information, only to be politely declined each time. While he was lost in thought, a soft, jade-like hand suddenly rested on his shoulder. "Xiaohai, what are you looking at?" Turning around, Liuhai saw a somewhat familiar face. Wasn't he this Jiang Yiyan, who would later gain some fame in the entertainment industry? "Don't recognize me?" she asked with a smile. Liuhai quickly recalled some memories. Due to his good looks and decent personality, he had quite a few friends in class, including Liu Tianxian, Jiang Yiyan, Luo Jin, and Huang Bai. His past self seemed to have some solid connections, many of whom would go on to rise in the entertainment industry. It's you, Xiaoyang." Liuhai greeted her. "You look stunning today." Hearing the compliment, Jiang Yiyan's face lit up with joy. "I knew you had good taste." She threw him a flirtatious glance. At that moment, a system notification sounded in Liuhai's ear. Current woman's name, Jiang Yiyan, age 21. Current status, Beijing graduating student. Future potential, second-tier female star in the entertainment industry. Current binding multiplier, 10x. Would you like to bind with this identity? Once bound, the system cannot be changed or unbound. Sweet interactions between the two will earn points, with a maximum multiplier of 10x. Liuhai. Only 10x. That's a pretty low multiplier. Based on memories from his past life, Jiang Yiyan had later become a well-known socialite in the entertainment industry. The two Wang brothers from Huai always took her along to private events. Liuhai knew very well that the elite of the industry had a reputation for indulging in extravagant pleasures. One-on-one was a minor issue, group fun and fitness sessions were common. Liuhai definitely didn't want to end up as some kind of wudalang, selling pancakes with no real strength to stand on. Before he could continue his thoughts, a woman in a white dress ran over from a distance. "Old Liu, old Jiang, you're here." The woman spoke in a carefree and unrestrained manner. Liuhai turned to see Liu Tianxian, their goddess sister, approaching. In the future, Liuhai had heard Liu Tianxian say on the news more than once that she was just an ordinary girl off screen, urging fans not to idealize her. Seeing her now, her carefree, energetic attitude made Liuhai believe the rumors. Liu Tianxian, in this moment, was pinching her own cheeks with her left hand while playfully patting her rear with her right. Anyone who didn't know might have thought they were at a livestock market. Liu Tianxian, I told you not to act so recklessly. Liuhai, at 24, was 7 years older than Liu Tianxian, who was only 17. Seeing her behave this way, he felt a little helpless, but Liu Tianxian, sensing his discomfort, found it amusing. She gleefully waved at Jiang Yiyan. "Old Jiang, come here quickly, take a picture with him. Once we graduate, there won't be any more chances." Jiang Yiyan, excited by the suggestion, instantly transformed from a harmless, little Red Riding Hood to a grandmother wolf, eagerly shouting, "Coming," as she approached with a grin. Liuhai, who was caught in the middle of this, could only feel helpless. Was this some kind of punishment? Here he was, a grown man, being bullied by two women. And the face of female celebrities. Didn't they care about their image anymore? What if someone got the pictures? Wouldn't their fans be heartbroken? However, Liuhai's worries were far from the minds of the two women. Both Liu Tianxian and Jiang Yiyan only had one thought in mind: to take advantage of the opportunity to snap a picture with him now, as there might not be another chance after graduation. There was no way to resist, so Liuhai could only silently endure. While he was distracted, he checked the system again. Current woman's name, Liu Tianxian, age 19. Current status, Beijing graduating student. Future potential, top-tier female star in the entertainment industry. Current binding multiplier, 30x. Would you like to bind with this identity? Once bound, the system cannot be changed or unbound. Sweet interactions between the two will earn points, with a maximum multiplier of 30x. Liu Tianxian had a 30x multiplier. This was the highest multiplier he had encountered so far. Should he bind with her? Liuhai felt a surge of excitement. A 30x multiplier. That was really high. He couldn't help but think if Liu Tianxian had a 30x multiplier, it seemed like she might be the highest multiplier in the entertainment industry. He could bind with her, win her over, and then leverage the system to dominate the entertainment world. Maybe even become the wealthiest person in the world. What a perfect plan. Just as he was preparing to act, a sudden voice interrupted his thoughts. "Tianxian, the gala is about to start. We should head back to our seats." A graceful, dignified woman approached from a distance, exuding an air of elegance and aristocracy. She quickly reached the group. As their voice faded, Liuhai once again heard the familiar system notification. Current woman's name, Liu Xiaoli, age 38. Current status, mother of future top-tier star Liu Tianxian. Current binding multiplier, 100x. Would you like to bind with this identity? Once bound, the system cannot be changed or unbound. Sweet interactions between the two will earn points, with a maximum multiplier of 100x. 100x. This was 3 times higher than Liu Tianxian's. The system's prompt made it clear if he bound with the woman in front of him, their future intimate interactions would earn points, with a maximum multiplier of 100x. One woman was equivalent to 3.5 Liu Tianxians. Liuhai didn't care about the multiplier anymore. The real question was Liu Xiaoli's elegance was absolutely unbeatable. Was this every man's ultimate dream? A rich, aristocratic woman on the outside and, whatever Liu Tianxian was to him at home. But there was one problem: he and Liu Tianxian were classmates. If he ended up with Liu Xiaoli, things might get awkward between him and Liu Tianxian. Chapter 3, Graduation Party. Liu Tianxian causes trouble. After only a second of hesitation, Liuhai made up his mind. Even a single extra second would be disrespectful to Liu Xiaoli. Bind Liu Xiaoli, bind Liu Xiaoli, he urged himself urgently in his mind, as if afraid the opportunity would slip away. Ding, system binding successful, binding target, Liu Xiaoli. From now on, every intimate action between their host and Liu Xiaoli will earn system rewards. Each intimate interaction will randomly generate a multiplier. The higher the multiplier, the more points you will earn. Ding, congratulations to their host for receiving a beginner's gift pack. The gift is being delivered. Ding, congratulations to their host for receiving an Emperor Green bracelet, a pair of couple S rings, and the buff, Love Stronger Than Gold. Once a relationship is confirmed, the target will only have eyes for you. The rewards have been distributed. Please proceed with courting the target as soon as possible. We wish you happiness and early offspring. Old Liu, old Jiang, this is my mom. Mom, these are my classmates Jiang and Liuhai, they are all my good friends. Liu Tianxian said with a smile, introducing everyone. At this point, Liu Xiaoli had not made any public appearances, so many people knew about Liu Tianxian's mother but had never seen her in person. Although Liuhai knew her identity from the system, he still pretended not to recognize her. Hello, Aunt Liu. Jiang Yiyan greeted with a smile. You're Xianxiang's mother? You look so young. I thought you were her sister. Liuhai played his part smoothly, throwing out a string of flattering words. Ding, the system detected the hostess' first interaction with the female lead, granting 100 love points. The 100x multiplier was triggered, earning points. Ding, Liu Xiaoli's affection for the host increased by 10, current affection, 40 once affection reaches 90, the female lead will be devoted to you once affection reaches 100, the host will receive a mysterious gift pack carefully prepared by the system. Please continue making progress and win the heart of the beauty. On the other side, Liu Xiaoli felt a little flustered. She had been complimented countless times over the years and thought she had built up immunity to them. But this young, handsome boy's words, dripping with charm, still made her blush, her heart racing slightly. And the key thing was that he was Liu Tianxian's classmate. A forbidden feeling rushed over her. As a woman, and a beautiful one at that, she never minded receiving compliments. No one has ever said I was beautiful like that. Liu Tianxian, standing by, pouted in dissatisfaction. You've never even complimented me like that. After complaining, Liu Tianxian quickly looked at Jiang Yiyan, smirking. Har, don't look at me, he just complimented me. It had nothing to do with her, so she stepped back and distanced herself from the situation. Seeing this, Liuhai quickly added, but you're the goddess, your beauty is universally acknowledged, you don't even need me to say it. This statement made Liu Tianxian even angrier. So, everyone thinks I'm beautiful, but you think I'm ugly. Sure enough, just as the books say, all men are no good. Seeing Liu Tianxian's annoyed expression, Liuhai was completely dumbfounded. What was going on here? Her face looked so upset, it almost seemed like they were a couple. But they were just classmates. Was she trying to cause trouble? If he ever got close to Liu Xiaoli, would she have a breakdown on the spot? All right, Xianxian, stop teasing him. I can tell your classmate is a sincere person, don't bully him. What? A sincere person? I'm bullying him. Liu Tianxian felt even more annoyed. What was going on here? So it was now that her family had become one unit, and she was the outsider. Just as she was about to say more, the voice of the host rang out from afar. The group hurriedly walked toward the sound, with Liuhai choosing to make a quick escape. Wasn't he going to stay by Liu Tianxian's side? Who knew what she might do next? Liu Tianxian looked at Liuhai's retreating figure, a sly smile forming on her face as a plan took shape in her mind. Her exquisite face broke into a mysterious grin. The event proceeded smoothly. As the most successful student in the entertainment industry, Liu Tianxian was naturally chosen as the outstanding graduate representative. Next, let us welcome the outstanding graduate representative, Liu Tianxian, to give a speech. Let us have a round of applause. As their hostess' words fell, the crowd erupted into applause. Liu Tianxian elegantly stood up and walked toward the stage. She casually took the microphone, her expression calm and composed. She had faced countless interviews from entertainment reporters and handled them effortlessly. The school event was nothing in comparison. Good evening, teachers and fellow students. I'm Liu Tianxian, from Class 1 of Acting. It's an honor to stand here today, representing the outstanding students, and give a speech. A few years ago, we gathered here at Beijing from all corners of the country, entering the performing arts major we loved. Under the guidance of our teachers and with the help of our classmates, in the blink of an eye, we're at graduation, saying goodbye to the school and the teachers. This is not our end, but a new beginning. We're about to step into the entertainment industry with this new start, chasing our dream of becoming actors. The chapter isn't over yet. Please click to continue reading. Wow, Goddess Tianxian spoke so well, I'm about to cry. Yes, Tianxian's words were excellent. This isn't the end, it's the beginning. The class advisor nodded approvingly to the teacher beside him. Just when everyone thought the applause was over and Liu Tianxian would step off the stage, she suddenly spoke again. I have a small request. My good friend Liuhai has a lot he wants to say. I hope everyone can give him a chance to come on stage and speak from the heart. The unexpected request left their host stunned, though the leaders below seemed unfazed. Many people assumed it was part of the program, and were eager to see what would happen next. At this moment, Liuhai was completely stunned. What was going on? The smile she gave him earlier was a trap to get him up on stage. A witch in disguise. Get on stage. He had something to say. What could he say? How much he loved studying. Thank the school, thank the director, thank the teachers. Liu Tianxian is a great classmate. If you have something to say, hurry up and get on stage. We at Beiying love students who dare to speak the truth. The principal of Beiying said with a broad smile. Liuhai. Liuhai. The class advisor ran to Liuhai's side, urgently saying, hurry, get on stage. The principal has already approved. If you have something to say, now is your chance. Don't waste this great opportunity Liu Tianxian has fought for on your behalf. There are a lot of big names in the industry here. If they take a liking to you, you could skip 20 years of struggle. Riches are sought in danger, and so is love. Realizing this, Liuhai snapped back to his senses and confidently walked toward the stage. Chapter 4: The Stirring Heart of Liu Mamar. Watching Liuhai freeze in place, Liu Tianxian felt a rush of satisfaction, as though she were the weasel stealing a hen. But the next second, the roles reversed. As she watched him walk confidently up to the stage, she couldn't help but start to doubt herself. Did he already prepare for this? Before she could make sense of things, Liuhai's voice reached her ears. Good evening, fellow students, teachers, and leaders. I'm Liuhai from Class 1 of the Acting Department. I'm very grateful to my good friend Liu Tianxian for providing me with such a great opportunity at this critical moment, allowing me to stand on this stage today. Liuhai spoke the words with such emphasis that Liu Tianxian immediately understood. In this moment, Liuhai probably regretted everything. When she met his warning gaze, a smug smile appeared on her face. She even dared to lock eyes with him on stage, as if to say, Har. You didn't compliment me for being beautiful, huh? See this? This is the price you pay for offending me. But Liuhai's next words left her stunned and dumbfounded. 4 years of college flew by in the blink of an eye, and now we're about to part ways, he continued. Life is a long journey. Along the way, we meet all kinds of people and encounter many things. Some things may affect our lives forever, and some people may become our lifelong companions. Today, I want to take this rare opportunity on stage to share the deepest secret in my heart with that person. If I don't say it today, I might never have the chance again. As Liuhai finished his speech, the stage, which had been murmuring with whispers, fell into a stunned silence. The audience was shocked, especially the principal, the department head, and Liuhai's class mentor, who all shared a knowing, wry smile. They had all been young once. No one was unaware of what was coming next. But it was Liu Tianxian herself who was the most confused. Is he talking about me? She had originally intended to tease Liuhai, get a little revenge for him complimenting her mother and Jiang Yian's beauty, but not hers. But now, this scene was unfolding before her. She quickly realized that Liuhai was about to confess to her. But her career had just started. Would jumping into a relationship so soon hurt her prospects? However, if she rejected him, she might not even be able to stay friends. In an instant, a tidal wave of emotions rushed over her, overwhelming her. On the other side, Liu Tianxian's mother, Liu Xiaoli, also watched the scene on stage with helplessness. What could she do? Her daughter was just too beautiful. Over the years, she had seen too many people confess their feelings to her daughter, but all had been foiled by her interference. Of course, all these were only possible because Liu Tianxian had no interest in those people. But now, seeing how her daughter was acting, it seemed that this boy on stage wasn't unwelcome. Otherwise, she wouldn't be calling him Lao Liu with such affection or walking so closely with him. It seemed like he held a special place in her daughter's heart. Liu Xiaoli didn't stop it. She understood that phase of rebellion in a young person's life all too well. If she intervened too forcefully, her daughter might do something just to spite her. For now, she chose to watch and see how things played out. Perhaps, once Liuhai entered the entertainment industry and saw how hard it could be, the difference in their status would naturally make this all fizzle out. Meanwhile, Liuhai, ignoring the reactions from the audience below, gazed affectionately at the front row. I know the difference in our status is vast, he said, and there will likely be many people who will question us, even say I'm just living off of her. But today, I still want to bravely say it, I like you. A song titled I Just Like You, and I hope you can like me too. As he spoke, Liu Tianxian's delicate face visibly flushed a bright red. On the other side, Liu Xiaoli, sitting next to her, held her breath. She felt as though his gaze was fixed on her, not her daughter Liu Tianxian. But within a split second, she shook her head, dismissing that thought. How could such a young, handsome guy like her, someone much older, have any interest? The age difference aside, he was her daughter's classmate. She pushed aside the strange thoughts in her mind and decided to let things unfold. A confession. In the middle of a graduation ceremony. The audience below couldn't help but feel that this was truly a spectacle worth watching. I Just Like You? One curious onlooker even took out their phone to search the lyrics online. After several failed attempts on different browsers, they couldn't find anything about that song title. Could it be an original? Wow, this is amazing. At other graduation ceremonies, people perform talent shows to catch the attention of industry bigwigs, and he is directly confessing, and to Liu Tianxian no less. Oh my god, it's an original song, so romantic. If he were confessing to me, I'd say yes right away and go with him to a hotel tonight. A love-struck girl stared dreamily at Liuhai on stage, turning to her friend beside her. Soon, a soft rhythm filled the auditorium. The backing track was a song Liuhai had exchanged from the system, and all he had to do was pass it on to the event staff to play. Excuse me, could you please put the lyrics on the big screen? This is a Cantonese song. Liuhai said, confidently directing the staff. Since it was a Cantonese song and many people might not be familiar with the dialect, the staff had to display the lyrics so that the audience could follow along and appreciate it. The audience below was stunned. It felt like Liuhai had turned the ceremony into his own personal concert. The staff couldn't help but smile awkwardly. It seemed like there was no avoiding fate. Meanwhile, Liu Tianxian, who had originally been ready to watch Liuhai make a fool of himself, was now utterly perplexed. Why wasn't this going the way she had planned? She had come here to watch him embarrass himself, not to witness him confess to her. After a brief moment of distraction, the staff complied with Liuhai's request. Soon, the lyrics appeared on the screen, and the music intro played once again. Chapter 5 Mother Liu, why are you staring at me? As the first line of lyrics came out of the microphone, the scene suddenly became quiet. This lyrics. This song. I guess it took a long time to prepare. Old Liu actually has such talent. In an instant, Liu Tianxian felt that the man on the stage was so strange. For years in college, although she spent much less time in school than the average person. But she didn't have many friends, and Liuhai happened to be one of them. She felt that even if she couldn't say that she knew him well, she could say that she was almost there. But now, I think she has only known a little bit about him. Maybe she doesn't know him at all. Thinking of this, she couldn't help but get angry. In 4 years, she still couldn't understand a person. What kind of person is Liuhai behind the scenes? At this moment, she was full of curiosity about the man on the stage. The expressions on Luo Jin and Huang Bo's faces under the stage became even more complicated. What about the agreed time together? There is such a trick behind the scenes. Huang Bai couldn't help but said to Luo Jin beside him, is this also considered tone deaf? We have all been deceived. Luo Jin looked at him and nodded vigorously. At this moment, they were directly united against the enemy. It turned out that every time the three of them went out to KTV to sing together, Liuhai always fooled the two with his tone deafness. Watching the two singing behind their backs, he kept showing off his fruit plates and snacks. The two frowned, as if they had discovered Liuhai's routine at this moment. Not a martial ethics, actually guarding against his brothers behind his back. On the stage, Liuhai was singing with great enthusiasm. Off the stage, everyone had different thoughts in their hearts. More people were attracted by this song and sang along with Liuhai's singing. Although they were not very skilled and might be out of tune, they had that feeling. On the other side, Liu Xiaoli's feeling in the audience became stronger and stronger. She felt that Liuhai on the stage was looking at her, and his eyes were getting hotter and hotter. Even as an experienced person, she couldn't resist this hot gaze. After all, who could resist a young, handsome and talented man looking at her with such eyes? Although Liu Xiaoli is not a professional singer, she has been in the entertainment industry for so long, so she still has an appreciation eye. As the last line of the lyrics fell, the whole auditorium was silent. Then, there were bursts of warm applause and cheers. Sure enough. Brother, I want to give birth to a baby for you. I don't know when strange words were inserted into the cheers. The leaders in the audience were a little amused and helpless. Such a thing happened directly at the graduation ceremony. The key point is that there are so many people taking pictures at the scene. I'm afraid that the school will be on the internet hot search tomorrow. Sure enough, being young is different. Thank you for your likes. But I hope you like it more. Liuhai looked at Liu Xiaoli in the audience with a hint of meaning. Awesome, you confessed to Liu Tianxian directly, I admire you. It seems like I'm going to marry him. A few minutes later, off the stage, Huang Bo and Luo Jin said with admiration, Old Liu, we really didn't expect you to have such a skill. You actually lied to us that you are tone deaf, and every time you go to KTV, you show off your fruit plate and snacks. You are so mean. Liuhai was confused and said, What do you mean by tone deaf? I never said that. Besides, there are only a few of us every time. What's good to sing? It's better to show off your fruit plate and snacks. TSK. Luo Jin and Huang Bo retorted in unison. Har har. Har har. Har har. After a round of teasing and laughter, the three of them laughed and joked. Huang Bo said, Old Liu, you are very brave. You confessed to Liu Tianxian at the graduation ceremony. I'm afraid you have been preparing for a long time. After that, he and Luo Jin looked forward to Liuhai's reaction. What? Liu Tianxian? I didn't confess to Liu Tianxian at all. Is it Liu Xiaoli who looked at the stage from beginning to end? Suddenly, he slapped his brain and whispered, Damn, I was busy pretending and forgot to introduce the person I confessed to. Isn't it really a big fool? Looking at the graduation ceremony that was still in progress, he was completely speechless. It was the first time, and I really had no experience. I actually forgot the most critical point, and didn't even mention the person I confessed to. Isn't this just a lonely confession? Half an hour later, in the parking lot at the south gate of the school, Liuhai was looking at the campus from time to time, as if waiting for someone. A few minutes later, a graceful and elegant woman appeared. It was Liu Xiaoli, Liu's mother. At this time, Liu Xiaoli was alone, and hurried to where Liuhai was. Good opportunity. When the other party was about to open the car door, he spoke. Excuse me, sister. Can you give me a few minutes? I have something to tell you. It's you? Xiao Liu, why don't you play with them? It turned out that there was a small party after the graduation ceremony. Liu Xiaoli, who felt a little tired, was going to go home first. I like the song you sang just now. I don't object to your relationship with Tianxian. Of course I won't support it either. When she said this, Liu Xiaoli felt that her heart was not in agreement. No objection. Herself and Liu Tianxian. Liuhai was a little amused. Everyone actually thought so. It seems that he had to show his cards. He smiled evilly, with a bit of freehand on his face, and slowly approached Liu Xiaoli. Under tension, Liu Xiaoli leaned against the car door directly, and with her exquisite high heels out, she fell to the right. A moon-catching move, Liuhai hugged the other's slender waist and leaned against the car door directly. Sister, be careful. You are so beautiful. If you get hurt by accident, I will be sad. Liu Xiaoli listened to these slightly teasing words, and her delicate face flushed like an apple. Before she could speak, Liuhai continued, Sister, I am afraid you have misunderstood something. Liu Tianxian and I are just friends. If I like her, I would have pursued her long ago. Why wait until the graduation ceremony 4 years later? Hearing this explanation, Liu Xiaoli, who was hugged by her waist, felt her heartbeat speed up, and the suppressed thoughts in her heart surged up again. Then, she secretly looked at Liuhai and said, Why do you sing such a song? Why? Sister, don't you know it well? Sister, can't you feel it at all? I don't believe it. Faced with Liuhai's questioning, Liu Xiaoli, who already knew the answer, felt her heart in turmoil. She was actually confessed by her daughter's classmate. The key point is that there is such a big age gap between the two. Chapter 6, Liu's Heart-Beating Mother. Ding, the system detects that the host has physical contact with the heroine for the first time, and gains 500 points for love, triggers a 100-fold explosion rate, and gains points. Ding, Liu Xiaoli's favorability to their host plus 20, current favorability 60, when the favorability reaches 90, the heroine will never leave you, and when the favorability reaches 100, the host will receive a mysterious gift package carefully prepared by the system. Please keep up the good work and get the beauty as soon as possible. A familiar system prompt sound came from his mind, telling Liuhai that another point has been credited. Looking at Liu Xiaoli's delicate face and the perfect curves outlined by a Qiansum. Especially when the two were so close, bursts of fragrance came to his face, and the air seemed to be sweet at this moment. No, it's not possible for the two of us, the age difference is too big. As she said, Liu Xiaoli struggled to push Liuhai away and got out of the other's arms. Seeing this, of course, you should take advantage of the situation. As long as a woman doesn't mind being intimate with you, then the relationship is halfway done. Yanguo is older than Xiaolongyu, and they are still master and apprentice, so they are not together. But I am more than 10 years older than you. Then I am more fortunate than Yanguo. To chase a woman, you must be bold, careful, and thick-skinned. Now that I have a face that is more handsome than Nicholas Tse and Daniel Lau, I am afraid that few people can refuse except handsome readers. I don't believe that you, Liu Xiaoli, are not a woman. He couldn't help but tease in his heart. Why don't we talk in the car? It's dark here, and it's not very convenient. As he said, he opened the car door and sat in it without any courtesy. This really doesn't regard himself as an outsider. Liu Xiaoli on the side just twitched when she saw it. Forget it, let's get in the car and talk to him. See what else he has to say to me. At worst, I'll just refuse. I can't be with my daughter's classmate. I firmly disagree with a sister-brother relationship. I don't want to be accused of being an old cow eating tender grass. She made up her mind that as long as she kept her bottom line, she would be able to properly handle this relationship. Liuhai climbed into the car and sat down after climbing in. The car Liu Xiaoli drove today was a Mercedes-Benz commercial vehicle, which should be used to pick up her daughter Liu Tianxian. So the space inside the car is very large. Looking around, I felt a little uncomfortable under my butt. Reaching out, it turned out to be a book. With the help of the lights in the car, several huge fonts came into view. The beautiful female CEO and his close little wolf dog. Hartilder. It's actually a domineering CEO article, and it tells the story of a female CEO and a little wolf dog. This is not a pure sister-brother relationship. Hartilder women are indeed creatures who say one thing and mean another. If they say no, they mean yes. If they say yes, it's not enough, they want more and more. They say that the age gap between them is too big, but they actually read this kind of novel secretly. I'm afraid they often put themselves in the novel. Liu Xiaoli, who got on the car later, saw it at a glance, and quickly snatched the book, blushing and said, "This is the novel that 1111 reads. It's really thrown everywhere." The grown-up girl is not particular at all. Obviously Liuhai didn't believe it, but just looked at her with a meaningful smile. Seeing Liuhai's expression, Liu Xiaoli didn't know that the other party didn't believe it at all and determined that the book was hers. As her chest rose and fell, her breathing became more and more rapid. It's really 1111's. I don't even read novels. In order not to be misunderstood, she still stubbornly explained it again. Well, I believe it. This is Liu 1111's. Liuhai smiled and perfunctorily said, "Forget it, playing the lute to a cow." She was completely exposed. She was still reading such novels at such an old age. She felt that she had become a childish ghost in the eyes of the other party. Haste makes waste. Liuhai knew this truth very well. Directly pursuing a woman is not the first choice after all. Good love must be mutually attractive. It will come naturally. In this way, both of them will get along happily and comfortably. In the following time, Liuhai did not talk about the topic of love. This is when 1111 was 6 years old. She was very naughty. This is when she was 12 years old. She was much quieter, but she was still naughty when she needed to be naughty. One thing after another was said from Liu Xiaoli's mouth, and the distance between the two people was getting closer and closer. Soon, the two were within a stone's throw. Even their breathing was clearly audible. Somehow, I felt very comfortable with Liuhai, and I couldn't help but share some things with him. This feeling was a bit like getting familiar with my family situation in advance. Liuhai occasionally interrupted and asked some questions of his own, and Liu Xiaoli answered them one by one. However, his mind had long gone to who knows where. With such a beautiful woman beside him, he could not listen to anything else. Especially, he found that Liu Xiaoli's skin was so good, as if it was creamy and tender, and it looked like she had given birth to a daughter. What's wrong? What are you thinking about? Without hearing a response, Liu Xiaoli looked at Liuhai from the side and couldn't help asking the reason. You can't say that I'm staring at your gorgeous beauty. Wouldn't that make me look like a fool who has never seen a beautiful woman? Nothing. I just remembered something. This chapter is not over yet, please click on the next page to continue reading. As he said, he glanced out the car window, and the time was almost up. For the first time, you must control the time reasonably. Proper time arrangement can make a woman linger on you, and she will stay awake all night thinking about you after returning home. In this society, there is no shortage of licking dogs around beautiful women. How to win the goddess requires more methods and strategies. Especially for a woman like Liu Xiaoli, who has experienced all kinds of scenes, it is not enough to just chase her. Mobile phone. Listening to Liuhai's majestic voice, Liu Xiaoli handed the phone over directly. After a moment, she handed it back. Sister, it's almost time. We have a long time to come. You should go home and rest early. If you can't sleep at home at night, send me a message. Without giving the other party a chance to respond, he opened the car door and walked towards the campus without saying a word. That step, that confidence without looking back. I'm afraid it will become a classic shot if it is made into a movie. It was indeed the case. His chic back made Liu Xiaoli more curious. In this case, shouldn't you go out and sit alone, drink some wine, and kiss when the atmosphere is right? Although he had been married before, it was just an arranged marriage by his family. Everything came naturally, and it didn't seem to be a very grand scene. Could it be that the other party said that he liked me, but it was just talk? This is different from what is said in the novel. He didn't pester my sister at all, and insisted on following my sister home. Thinking about it, she began to question the authenticity of the novel. Chapter 7 Mother Liu, what if that person is younger than my mother? After returning to school, Liuhai did not go to the banquet venue, but went directly back to the dormitory. The entertainment industry is a reality circle. When you become a big star, everyone will rush to curry favor with you. When you are nothing, everyone will abandon you like a shoe. After lying on the bed in the dormitory for an unknown period of time, a voice came from far away. Soon the door was pushed open. The person who came saw Liuhai lying down and couldn't help saying, "Old Liu, didn't you go on a date with Liu Tianxian? It ended so soon. Didn't you do anything?" Hearing their voice, Liuhai turned sideways and saw the person talking at the door. The one who spoke was Luo Jin, and the one next to him was Wang Bai. The accommodation conditions at Beijing Film Academy are good, all of which are double rooms, triple rooms, and quad rooms. Liuhai and his family have a triple room. What Liu Tianxian? Date? No date. Why would I date her? Then why did you confess to her at the graduation ceremony? Wang Bo and Luo Jin asked in unison. No. I didn't confess to her. I didn't call her name. Liuhai responded helplessly. The situation was complicated at the time. Okay. I was a little excited at the time and forgot to say the name. Of course, I would never say this. Then who did you confess to? Wang Bo and Luo Jin asked curiously. The confession was not Liu Tianxian. Could it be Jiang Yiyan? Impossible. Lao Liu treated Jiang Yiyan as a friend. But at that time, there seemed to be no other women in that direction and position. The two people's brains were working rapidly, thinking quickly in their minds who this person was. All 10 gossipers are curious. Unknown things can attract people's demands. Could it be that woman? Impossible, impossible. The moment they thought of that person, their heads shook like a rattle. The age difference is a bit big, even if the woman looks young. Forget it, the truth will come out one day. Seeing that Liuhai lying on the bed had no intention of explaining, the two had to give up. After washing and going to bed, the three of them had another conversation. It was not until 2:30 in the morning that the three of them fell asleep. Although they had graduated, they could still live in the dormitory for a few days, so the three of them were not so anxious. I heard that a new restaurant opened on Haiban Road with a good environment. Do you want to go and have a look together? I'll wait for you in the restaurant at 6 o'clock in the evening. As if he had full confidence, Liuhai confidently dropped the phone after sending the message. He was not afraid that the woman on the other end of the phone would refuse his invitation. On the other side, the woman who was cooking heard the reminder sound of the phone in the living room, and her heart jumped hard. Soon a pleasant female voice came from the living room. Mom, someone has sent you a message, asking you to go to a restaurant for dinner tonight. This avatar looks so childish, and it's actually a cartoon avatar. The woman's heart was twisted, and she didn't even bother to turn over the dishes in the pot, and she ran out immediately. She stepped forward and snatched the phone from her daughter's hand. After taking a look at the message, she felt her heartbeat speed up, and her breathing became much heavier. It was him. Fortunately, on their way back yesterday, I changed the note for the other party, otherwise if my daughter found out that the two of them were secretly in contact, the scene would be too beautiful. The mother actually looked nervous, like a thief who was caught stealing. This is too strange. What's more strange is that after what happened on the stage last night, he didn't contact me. Is it a play to get? Or? No, it's impossible. She has her own confidence, that person must be herself, and it can't be someone else at the scene. Obviously, women have their own pride. Mom, you look so nervous, could it be a man? Hearing her daughter's teasing, the woman dressed as a mature young woman flushed her pretty face. She looked like a guilty thief. It's an old friend of Mom. The woman chose a white lie. Old friend. Uncle Zhang, Uncle Li, or Uncle Wang. Are they so fashionable? Would they use anime avatars? The girl asked with a puzzled look. It's an old friend of Mom, surnamed Liu. I haven't seen him for many years. I met him by chance when I went home after attending your graduation ceremony yesterday. After some explanation, the girl didn't doubt him. While talking, a burnt smell came. Mom, the food is burnt. The young woman reacted and ran back to the kitchen immediately. Looking at the black mass of unknown food in the pot, she couldn't help but frown. HMPH, men are really bad. They messed up my mind and made my food burnt. The woman put all the blame on the man. It seemed that all this was caused by the man's message to her. Time passed quickly and it was soon 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The woman, dressed up, lay on the bed feeling extremely uneasy. What should I do? Should I go to the date? At this moment, the woman felt uneasy and had a hint of expectation. If she went to the date, what would the other party say to her after meeting? What if the other party asked to be with her this time? Should she agree? To be honest, there was nothing wrong with Liuhai except that he was a little young. This chapter is not over yet, please click on the next page to continue reading the exciting content. He is 1.83 meters tall, handsome, and has a good temperament, especially a pair of deep eyes. After looking at him for a long time, their whole person seems to be trapped. Who doesn't like handsome guys? It's pleasing to the eyes and meets all kinds of needs. It's perfect. Of course, I am no exception. Mom, don't you have a date at 6 o'clock tonight? You're all dressed up, why aren't you leaving yet? The girl pushed open the door and said to the woman lying on the bed. I've never seen my mother take a party so seriously. Could it be that it was my mother's suitor back then? I'm a little sleepy. I just woke up. The woman yawned and pretended to have just woken up. Seeing her mother perfunctorily treating her like this, the girl said with a sly smile, Har, Mom, the person you're going to meet tonight shouldn't be a simple classmate, right? 11, what nonsense are you talking about? This is just an ordinary classmate of my mother. I'm not familiar with him at all. The woman explained seriously. Not familiar? I don't believe it. When Godfather asked you out, you were never so serious. You changed dozens of clothes in one afternoon. You still said you were just classmates. Although your daughter has never been in love, she has seen others in love, okay. You look like you are in love, right? He tilde. Seeing her daughter teasing her in a quirky way, the woman's pretty face became more and more rosy. Mom, you have been alone for so many years for me, and you are lonely. I support you to find another one. What if that person is younger than Mom? The woman said seriously. Har, what does it matter if she is younger? My mom is so beautiful. She looks like an 18-year-old girl. That guy doesn't like her. As she said that, the girl climbed onto the bed and lay in the woman's arms, her face full of seriousness. Chapter 8: The First Date with Liu's Mother. The scenery of Haiban Road is nice, and the restaurant is located near a small river. As the night slowly fell, the lights shone on the river, and the atmosphere became ambiguous. A man and a woman sat facing each other on a small booth by the river. The man and the woman were Liuhai and Liu's mother Liu Xiaoli. After thinking it over again and again, Liu Xiaoli decided to keep the appointment. She was curious about what Liuhai would say to her tonight. "Good evening, two guests, here's the menu." The arrival of the waiter broke the somewhat awkward atmosphere. After taking the menu, Liuhai ordered the dishes without any hesitation. One baked lobster in soup, one steamed sea bass, half a roast duck cut and served, and another stir-fried seasonal vegetables. And more. Liu Xiaoli was a little shocked at first, and then reached out to stop Liuhai from ordering more dishes. "No, these dishes are enough for the two of us. It would be a waste to order more." "How did you know that I?" It turned out that Liuhai ordered the dishes that Liu Xiaoli usually liked to eat, which shocked her. The other party actually knew what she liked to eat. Where did she get the information from? Liuhai, who was opposite, looked at the confused mother Liu. How could she not know what the other party was thinking at the moment? How could she know that Liuhai was a reborn person? What kind of news will not be on the internet in the future? Especially for celebrities in the entertainment industry, not only your own information will be picked up cleanly, but also your family members. The information about Liu's mother was naturally seen on the internet in the future. Liu Tianxian was a top star on the internet in the future. As a person with a higher appearance than her daughter, Liu's mother's attention was no less than that of her daughter Liu Tianxian. When Liu's mother's hand touched Liuhai's hand holding the menu, she subconsciously retracted her fingers. Subconsciously looking at the other party, she was actually a little shy. As expected, no matter what kind of woman, once she starts to face love, she will become like a little girl. This shy little look is too heart-pounding. "She is worthy of being my future wife, she looks so beautiful no matter how you look at her." Ding, the system detects that the host has further contact with the heroine, and gets 300 points for love, triggers a 50-fold explosion rate, and gets points. Ding, Liu Xiaoli's favorability to their host +5, the current favorability is 65, when the favorability reaches 90, the heroine will never leave you, and when the favorability reaches 100, the host will get a mysterious gift package carefully prepared by the system. Please keep up the good work and get the beauty as soon as possible. Adding the previous points, there are already points. You will know the reason later. Faced with Liu Xiaoli's inquiry, Liuhai responded lightly. The restaurant served the food very quickly, and the dishes were placed on the table one by one while they were talking. "Sister, this is your favorite roast duck, eat it quickly." He stood up and handed the roast duck wrapped with small ingredients to Liu Xiaoli's mouth. This move is too bold. Still, There are soup and dipping sauce in it, don't dirty your skirt. Open your mouth. Liuhai said to Liu Xiaoli like coaxing a little girl. Helpless, Liu Xiaoli could only open her mouth with a red face. Then, the two seemed to have a tacit understanding. She was no longer so resistant to the roast duck handed over by Liuhai. Instead, from the bottom of her heart, she seemed to directly recognize the other party's actions and care for herself. Through their whole meal, Liu Xiaoli was arranged clearly and enjoyed the other party's caring care all the time. Since having a daughter, it seems that she has never enjoyed such treatment again. Although her daughter's godfather occasionally does this, she has always refused. One is that Chen Jinfei looks average, which is far from Liuhai's appearance. The second is that the other party is a very chauvinistic man, who has a strong purpose in doing many things, so I don't like him. But when I am with Liuhai, I seem to enjoy this feeling willingly. Sometimes it may be so strange. Some people have only met once or twice, but they give you a different feeling from others. So it can only be said that whether it is the right person is very important. After dinner, the two of them tacitly did not talk about going home. Just like that, they walked along the river. By the light of the street lamp, Liuhai kept looking at Liu Xiaoli. From the side, her appearance is higher, especially the S-shaped curve is more obvious. Sure enough, a young woman is hard for a young girl to match. This is like the difference between boys and girls. When they grow up, one is a funny guy and the other is a cockfighting cock. Liuhai. Liu Xiaoli suddenly stopped and called Liuhai's name. Well, what's wrong, sister? This action made him very curious, and he couldn't help but stop and ask. You. Somehow, when the words came to her lips, Liu Xiaoli didn't know where to start. I like you, do you want to be my girlfriend? Suddenly hearing what she wanted to hear, Liu Xiaoli felt happy. Then pretended to be embarrassed and said, we are so different in age, and the key is that I have such a big daughter. My dear, there is more to this chapter, please click on the next page to continue reading, the latter is more exciting. Har har, then I picked up a daughter for free, how great. Seeing that Liu Xiaoli was a little absent-minded, Liuhai stepped forward and hugged the other's waist, and said excitedly. After a moment, Liu Xiaoli seemed to remember something and pushed Liuhai away. No, let's not talk about the age issue, you and 1111 are classmates. When I gave birth to 1111, you were still a little kid, no, absolutely not. Liu Xiaoli shook her head like a rattle, obviously thinking of some terrible scene. It seems that if they don't use some tricks, their relationship will not make much progress in a short time. Looking at Liu Xiaoli in front of him, emotion finally defeated reason. Stepping forward, Liuhai hugged Liu Xiaoli and kissed her. You are a dog. You bit my mouth and it bled. I don't want to, forget it. Liuhai's temper also came up. Even if he liked the other person, he couldn't stand being rejected again and again. Seeing that Liuhai was a little angry, Liu Xiaoli stamped her feet and said shyly, fool. While Liuhai didn't react, she took the initiative to hug him and kissed him. A sweet taste filled his mouth. Soft, sweet. I don't know how long it took, until both of them were a little out of breath, they let go of each other. Ding, the system detected that their host had in-depth contact with the heroine, and got 500 points for love, triggered 100 times the explosion rate, and got points. Ding, Liu Xiaoli's favorability to their host plus 15, the current favorability is 80, when the favorability reaches 90, the heroine will never leave you, and when the favorability reaches 100, the host will get a mysterious gift package carefully prepared by the system. Please keep up the good work and get the beauty as soon as possible. Another 50,000 points were credited, and Mother Liu really loved me. What do you like about me? I'm so much older than you, and I have a child. What do you like about me? Listening to Liu Xiaoli's uncertain tone, and the shy and slightly flickering tone, Liuhai said with a sly smile, then what do you like about me? Who likes you? If you don't like me, then why did you kiss me just now and enjoy it so much? Hey, but I'm really much older than you. The key is that you and 1111 are classmates. If this gets out, I'm afraid it will have a bad impact. Chapter 9. Liu's mother took the initiative. Looking at Liu's mother's shy appearance, Liuhai knew that the other party had completely compromised. Every sentence that follows is crucial. You're right, it won't be a problem to get to second base or third base tonight. Who made me covet the other party's exquisite face? Liuhai held Liu's mother's waist and said with a smile. We are not going to make it public right away. Wait until the right time, and then we will announce it. What do you think? Liu Xiaoli lay in Liuhai's warm arms, blushing and responded. Okay then. But I have to keep it a secret from 1111 now. I'm afraid she can't accept it for a while. Also, you can't do this to me in front of 1111. How about it? Liuhai teased deliberately. Bad guy. You can't do this. Liu Xiaoli stretched out her pink fist and hit Liuhai's chest. That's a must. I don't want others to see me being intimate with my wife. Liu Xiaoli, who is your wife? She hasn't agreed to marry you yet. Looking at Liu Xiaoli's little woman-like appearance. Sure enough, no matter what kind of woman, she becomes a little girl after falling in love. In the next 2.5 hours, the two were in love. Until the intimate two people were interrupted by the sudden ringing of the phone. Liu Xiaoli answered the phone. Hello, Mom, are you coming back tonight? Hearing her daughter's familiar voice, she subconsciously took down her phone and took a look, and then she found that it was already 11 o'clock in the evening. After doing these actions, she looked at Liuhai again, as if she had made a decision in her heart. After dealing with her daughter's concern and hanging up the phone, it was already a few minutes later. At this moment, Liuhai's mind was full of Liu Xiaoli's words to Liu Tianxian just now. It's too late, Mom will stay in the villa on Haiban Road tonight. Is she preparing to spend a good night with him? Are young women so proactive now? After hanging up the phone, Liu Xiaoli looked at Liuhai with excitement in surprise and surprise in excitement. Her pretty face flushed. Your dormitory must be closed so late, and you don't have any other place to stay in Beijing. So, I. Seeing Liu Xiaoli lowering her head in embarrassment, Liuhai couldn't help but smile mysteriously. He showed an expression that said, I understand, I understand. I understand, a night of spring is worth 1,000 gold. Anyway, this day will come sooner or later, it doesn't matter if it's earlier or later. Liuhai's hearty laughter made Liu Xiaoli's face, which was originally red because of shyness, even more rosy and shiny. I mean 1 room per person, there are many rooms in the villa. Seeing that Liuhai misunderstood her, Liu Xiaoli immediately explained. It's all the same, it's all the same. Liuhai smiled and joked. As soon as we confirmed our relationship, he took the initiative to take me to the villa where I lived. It seems that I will be busy tonight. Along the way, the blush on Liu Xiaoli's face never faded. Because Liuhai always teases me with words, which makes me feel uneasy. I am really too bold. I have just confirmed the relationship with a man I have only met a few times. The key is that he is so much younger than me. I really feel guilty for being an old cow eating young grass. I am taking him to my villa at this moment. I am looking forward to what may happen after entering the villa. I am a little nervous. Can I really go to the end with him? Can my daughter 1111 really accept this man as a stepfather? 20 minutes later. In front of a villa on Hyben Road. A man and a woman pushed the door open. A single family villa is worth a lot of money. Ordinary people may never have the opportunity to live in it in their lifetime. Ordinary people, why don't you take a shower first? Okay. Liu Xiaoli nodded, got up from the sofa and went into the master bedroom not far away. Seeing that the other party was obedient. Looking around, Liuhai got up and came to the wine cabinet. Looking at the wine cabinet that occupies half of the wall in front of him, he must be an avid wine lover. Wine is a good thing. It can make many relationships clear. It can also generate many fates and feelings after drinking. In all occasions tonight, red wine is the best catalyst. Open the wine cabinet and take out a bottle from it. Shinbiyu walked to the restaurant and opened the refrigerator. 10 minutes later, 2 exquisitely presented steaks were placed on the table. One of the plates was very filling, with 3 pieces of beef. It is said that beef replenishes strength. In ancient times, why did generals kill so many people on the battlefield? It is said that it was because of eating beef. If I eat beef tonight, I am afraid that I will become a general who kills so many people. Crack. With a sound coming from not far away, the door was opened. I saw Mother Liu walking towards this side affectionately. The moment I saw Liuhai's figure, a look of surprise appeared on his face. The creamy white silk nightgown with a V-neck design looks very seductive. Married women are really different, with full breasts. After a while, Liu Xiaoli came to the table. Seeing Liuhai staring at her breasts, she couldn't help but spit secretly. Little pervert. Men are really the same. When they see beautiful women, they like to stare at others. But on the other hand, she is proud deep down. My boyfriend is obsessed with me, which shows that I am very charming. Did you do all this? Liu Xiaoli asked curiously after sitting down. Please. This is the first time I cook for others. I learned it from the movies. Try it. Listening to Liuhai's gentle voice, Liu Xiaoli felt touched. It feels so good to be loved by someone. The key is that this person is the one she likes. I don't know, but the other person's gentle appearance is really fascinating. The handsome face and gentle words make people feel like spring breeze. Is this man in front of her really her boyfriend? For a moment, Liu Xiaoli felt something was not real. She couldn't tell whether this was fantasy or reality. Liu Xiaoli snorted, took the knife and fork and began to taste the steak in front of her. It was tender and juicy, full of juice. It was very moist, and her mouth was full of juice. Chapter 10 Confirming the Relationship, Preparing to Invest in Filming. How is it? Taste. Liuhai carefully and considerately asked Liu Xiaoli about her feelings. Their taste is quite good, not worse than the chefs in star-rated hotels. Seeing that the other party carefully asked about her feelings, Liu Xiaoli also responded bluntly. Hearing this, Liuhai was stunned at first, and then he seemed to think of something and showed a meaningful smile. My cooking skills are just okay at best, and there is still a long way to go compared with the chefs in star-rated restaurants. Took a bite of the steak on his plate. The taste is not bad, maybe this is the beauty of food. If you like it, eat more, if it's not enough, I have more here. At the dinner table, Liuhai kept guiding the topic. It was mainly about his future plans, and Liu Xiaoli listened very seriously. Although the two have confirmed their relationship, they have known each other for too short a time after all. Some topics can also deepen their understanding of each other. The other party is Liu Xiaoli. the mother of Liu Tianxian, the future top star in the entertainment industry. The key is that her family background is extraordinary, and her figure and appearance are both top-notch. Just because the other party insisted on raising his daughter alone for so many years after the divorce. He knew that the woman must be a traditional woman in her bones. No compromise, no compromise. Ding, Liu Xiaoli's favorability to their host +5, the current favorability is 85, when the favorability reaches 90, the heroine will never leave you, when the favorability reaches 100, the host will get a mysterious gift package carefully prepared by the system, please keep up the good work and get the beauty as soon as possible. Yes, the favorability is rising very fast, it has reached 80 in an instant. 85 is already there, 90 is not going to be soon. Half an hour later, looking at Liu Xiaoli with a flushed face. It's almost time, it's time to rest. Sister, it's getting late, let's rest. As soon as the voice fell, Liu Xiaoli struggled to get up by herself. A dizzy feeling came from his brain, and he failed to get up. Seeing this, Liuhai got up and came behind the other person, helping the other person walk towards the room. After a fierce kiss, Liuhai, who was about to continue the process, was suddenly grabbed by a hand. What's wrong? How about next time? Seeing that the other party was a little resistant, Liuhai was ready to forget it. However, Liu Xiaoli did not give him a chance to regret. Sure enough, when a woman takes the initiative, there is nothing a man can do. Especially young women who have been single for many years. Once the second spring is rejuvenated, the power is not something that ordinary people can resist. Fortunately, I ate a lot of beef to replenish my strength at night, otherwise I might not be able to deal with the other person. I don't know how long it took, when the sun shone through the window on the bed. On the messy bed, a sleepy woman opened her eyes. It was Liu's mother, Liu Xiaoli, who woke up. After waking up, Liu Xiaoli felt refreshed and relaxed like never before. It was as if a gate had been opened in her body. She felt 10 years younger. Suddenly, she remembered something and looked aside. The empty bed and the collapsed pillow. The messy sheets felt a little wet, as if the window was not closed and rain and dew hit them. Thinking back to the wild scenes last night, she felt a little shy. She was a little panicked when she didn't see Liuhai. Could it be that the other party just coveted her body? He didn't cherish it after getting it and left without saying goodbye? She was uneasy and got up in a hurry to check the villa. Suddenly, a burst of food aroma entered her nose. The flat belly without a trace of fat gurgled. Following the aroma of food, she came to the kitchen of the restaurant. A man with a naked upper body was busy with something. The aroma came from the pot in his hand. Baby, you're awake. Are you hungry? I'll be ready soon. Listening to the man's familiar voice, Liu Xiaoli's nose was sore and she felt a little wronged. It feels so good to regain what you lost. Stepping forward quickly, she threw herself into the man's arms like a swallow. Sobbing softly, I thought you left without saying goodbye. Touching Liu Xiaoli's silky hair, she comforted, silly. How could it be? You're a rich woman, I'm still waiting for you to support me. Ding. Liu Xiaoli's favorability towards you +5, current favorability, 90. Ding, the system detects that the host has further contact with the heroine, and gets 500 points for love, triggering 100 times the explosion rate, and getting points, 500,000 points. She is worthy of being my destiny, and the points are rising. So far, I have points. See what I can exchange. Recently updated system items. 1. Richest man, can make their host the richest man in the world in 1 second, with unparalleled energy. Consume points, 100 billion. 2. Master level director ability, consume points, 100,000. 3. Movie script, Wuxuan, consume 500,000 points. 4. A pack of toilet paper, consume 10,000 points. The richest man in the world is still sitting firmly in the first place as always. A pack of toilet paper. What the hell is this? 2 and 3 are not bad, adding up to 600,000 points, which is enough for me. Exchange. As the points are exhausted, a huge amount of knowledge emerges in my mind. This chapter is not over yet, please click on the next page to continue reading. After a while, it was directly digested. The movie Wuxuan invited Chow Yun-fat and Aaron Kwok many years later. I heard that the friendship price cost over 100 million. Even now, it must be at least tens of millions. After calculating in her head, I'm afraid it would cost at least hundreds of millions to make this movie. 15 minutes later, the two of them were in love with each other while looking at the four dishes and one soup on the table. You mean, you are going to be a director? After hearing Liuhai's plan, Liu Xiaoli was shocked. Yes, I have a script here. Liuhai told Liu Xiaoli the story of the movie Wuxuan. Painter? A movie about printing counterfeit money. When the time comes, get a real printing line and film the printing process of real US dollars. What kind of evil boyfriend did she find? She actually had such a big plan in her mind. The subject matter is novel, and the box office will not be bad. She has been in the entertainment industry for many years, and she has reviewed all the scripts her daughter Liu 1111 received. She still has some vision. But this is a budget of 100 million. It is possible that 100 million is not enough and she has to add more? After hesitating for a few seconds, she decided to support it unconditionally. At worst, I can mortgage my daughter's 2 villas. It's a bit hard to ask my family for money. I can't say that I found a little man and the other party is short of money to make a movie. I can only cheat my daughter Liu 1111. I believe that for my own happiness, my daughter should understand. Chapter 11 Liu's mother, it's time to go home, otherwise 1111 will be suspicious. Liu Xiaoli looked at Liuhai with an obsessed look. A serious man is really handsome. When a man is full of power and points out the world, it is undoubtedly the most attractive and charming time. Although she and the man in front of her have only met twice, they have confirmed the relationship. But after in-depth communication, she feels that they met too late. The past 10 years have been wasted. It's really good to be a woman, especially to be a happy woman. So, when a woman looks for a partner, she must find a man who can make her happy. Liuhai seems to have endless attraction, attracting herself to get closer to him all the time. Maybe this is an interesting soul. The key is that the other person looks so handsome when cooking. Men who are willing to cook for women are definitely a plus in relationships. If I can get up with the other person and eat together every day, I should be the happiest woman in the world. For some reason, when I thought of this, some messy pictures suddenly popped up in my mind. R. Tilder. This is too embarrassing. Liu Xiaoli. Liu Xiaoli, although you are an old cow eating young grass Tilder, you have found a treasure. Baby Tilder, what's wrong with you, why is your face so red? The anxious voice in my ear interrupted Liu Xiaoli's thoughts. Xiaohai Tilder. What? Xiaohai. It seems that baby, you have forgotten the lesson of last night. As soon as the teasing voice fell, Liu Xiaoli's originally pretty red face became even more rosy. Old Tilder husband Tilder. Hey, baby, you are so good. If you call me wrong again next time, I will punish you. Yer Tilder. This sentence made Liu Xiaoli, who was a little nervous, instantly relieved. After all, not everyone can easily encounter superpowers with extraordinary talents. He Tilder. Such an excellent man now belongs to only her. On the other side, Liuhai looked at Liu Xiaoli, who was blushing in front of him, and said meaningfully. Baby, I think it's too early, why don't we take a nap? Liu Xiaoli spat lightly and said, it's already noon, how can it be early? I didn't go home last night, 1111 will suspect me. I have to go home soon. I said just taking a nap, what did you think? Okay. You actually tricked me. Be careful, I will bite you to death, hum. Faced with the ridicule, Liu Xiaoli laughed unhappily. Humph, men are really no good, they only know how to bully women. Ding, the system detects that you make nutritious breakfast for your beloved woman, get 500 love points, trigger 50 times the explosion rate, get points, current total points. Ding, Liu Xiaoli's favorability to their host +5, current favorability 90, the favorability has reached 90, the heroine will never leave you, when the favorability reaches 100, the host will get a mysterious gift package carefully prepared by the system, please keep up the good work. The favorability has reached 90, and the explosion rate has been triggered 50 times, and more than 200,000 points have been credited. True love is really powerful. If this is bound to Jiang Yiyan and Liu Tianxian, I don't know when I will get these points. While sighing inwardly, Liuhai suddenly remembered something. Hey, I actually forgot about this thing. Baby, wait for me in the restaurant, I want to surprise you. He got up and walked towards the room. This operation directly aroused Liu Xiaoli's curiosity. The two stayed together last night and fell asleep until dawn. The other party seemed to have brought nothing except a backpack. Could the surprise be in the backpack? Cake? Impossible, is it that the cake has not gone bad after being left overnight? Brand name clothes. Impossible, the other party didn't know her size before yesterday. A watch. After thinking about it, it is really possible. My young husband is still in school, so the watch he bought must be relatively cheap. I must not show any expression or action that I don't like. Liu Xiaoli herself is a watch enthusiast, and she has collected watches of various brands, at least hundreds of yuan. The cheap ones are more than 100,000 yuan, and the expensive ones are several million yuan. After a while, the bangs were gone. Two exquisite boxes appeared in her hands. As the other party approached, a scent of red sandalwood entered her nose. It turned out that the red sandalwood box was used to hold things. What was inside? In an instant, Liu Xiaoli became more curious. Heirloom? Or what? According to what I know, my husband's parents are both dead, so it's impossible for him to leave anything behind. Put the two boxes on the table and hold down Liu Xiaoli, who wants to get up. Open a box and a turquoise color comes into view. It is the imperial green jade bracelet given by the system gift package. I found this at Panjiayuan a few years ago and I want to keep it for my future wife. Now it's time to take it out and give it to her. Put the bracelet on Liu Xiaoli's hand. Perfect match. A beautiful woman should wear good jade. Liu Xiaoli was shocked. With her eyesight, the bracelet on her wrist is probably worth 8 figures. My husband is quite willing to spend money. On the other side, before Liu Xiaoli reacted, Liuhai opened another box. A pair of couple rings. Take out the lady's ring. This chapter is not over yet, please click on the next page to continue reading. A heart-shaped pigeon egg, with 18 diamonds dotted around it. Baby, will you marry me? Liuhai said seriously. Proposal? It was a proposal. This surprise was too big. It came too suddenly. I was actually proposed to? A huge surprise came to her heart, and Liu Xiaoli was stunned. This is not the first time she has been proposed to, but she has never been moved. But at this moment, when facing the man in front of her, she was really excited. Baby, will you marry me? Liu Xiaoli covered her mouth, nodded vigorously with tears in her eyes and responded. Artilder, what are you doing? The sudden feeling of being suspended in the air made her ask subconsciously. Nothing. Spend the wedding night with my wife. Time passed quickly and it was evening. Looking at Liu Xiaoli, who was sleeping very sweetly beside him, Liuhai showed a happy smile. He was glad for his choice now. Such a perfect woman became his woman. Liu Xiaoli agreed to his proposal, and the two of them were settled. Next, choose a good day to get the marriage certificate. Where can you find such a woman with a big villa, luxury car, an investment in making a movie for yourself? The key is that the other party has been learning dance for many years, and she is light and flexible, and can show all kinds of difficult movements. Thinking back to the shocking scene, it was really a bit disappointing. After all, there are many things that are not in Japanese movies. Chapter 12. Get a marriage certificate with Liu's mother. After an unknown amount of time, Liu Xiaoli reluctantly woke up from her dream. The first thing she did was to look around and see Liuhai looking at her with a smile on his face. She felt a little nervous, and then she suddenly calmed down. She almost thought it was just a dream. Through chatting about movies with Liuhai, she knew that the man in front of her would definitely become a blockbuster in the future and become one of the best directors in the industry. Thinking of this, she immediately got into his arms. She had been in the entertainment industry for many years and had seen too many strange things. Directors, producers, or investors, all kinds of strange hobbies. The entertainment industry is the least lacking in beauties, and Liuhai will definitely be successful in the future. By then, all kinds of beauties will flock to her. Can she always monopolize him? Looking at the green on her wrist and the diamond ring on her ring finger, she finally let go of her hanging heart. The two of them must get a marriage certificate as soon as possible. By then, the rice has been cooked, and he won't even have the chance to regret. HMPH, why should he regret? I have a curvy figure, and I am the dream goddess in the eyes of all men. It's all thanks to this young husband in front of me. Thinking that the two of them are about to get the marriage certificate, it's time to put some things after marriage on the agenda. After getting the certificate, the two will be legal husband and wife. I definitely can't always be with my daughter 1111 like before. My daughter is grown up, and she should have her own independent space. The key is that I will be a woman with a husband in the future, and women with husbands must be with their husbands. After all, my daughter is not as fragrant as my young husband. 1111 only lets me cook, but my young husband can cook for me. The key is that together, we can do things that both of us love to do. After a long drought, the riverbed that has been dry for a long time should be washed by the heavy rain in the rainy season. According to traditional customs, the parents of both parties should meet before getting the certificate. My young husband's parents are both dead, and he has no relatives, so this step can be saved. Meet your parents. Thinking of the traditional side of my parents and their urging over the years. Forget it. Let us wait until we get the marriage certificate and notify the old couple. By then, it will be done and the old couple can only accept it. The only thing to deal with is my daughter. If 1111 knew about my relationship with Liuhai, I'm afraid she would never accept it. The key is that my daughter still thinks that the person Liuhai confessed to was me. Isn't this too embarrassing? If you don't know, you might think that you have snatched my daughter's sweetheart. I have to keep this secret from 1111 for a while and tell her slowly when the time is right. Then, after getting the marriage certificate, we will move in together. This house is just right. 1111 basically one T come here. When the time comes, decorate it and it will be a perfect wedding house. I also need to buy a new car. The red one is not suitable for men to drive. The Mercedes-Benz G-Class is a good car. I will buy one for my young husband tomorrow. The wedding house and the car are all settled. It's perfect. I was so happy in the last second, but I was worried about gains and losses in the next second. I have arranged the car and the house. Will the other party feel that I don't respect the other party? After all, men want to save face. This matter, I am afraid it will take a long time to think about it. Liu Xiaoli was extremely entangled and complicated in her heart at this moment. If Liuhai knew the other party's true thoughts at this moment, I am afraid he would stop it immediately. Beauty, figure, and huge wealth are the dreams of many men in the future. A sentence auntie, I don't want to work hard anymore, made many men give up their struggle and made many men sneer. In fact, the men who sneered at him didn't want to have such a beauty to support them in their hearts. Everything is just sour grapes, and they can only say this to comfort themselves. If there is a chance, they will run faster than anyone else. Let's get the marriage certificate in 3 days, shall we? Get the marriage certificate in 3 days. That's fine. Get the marriage certificate with Liu Xiaoli as soon as possible, and then just focus on your career. Yes, get the marriage certificate in 3 days. I think 3 days is a good day, suitable for getting married. Liu Xiaoli responded with a serious face. Liuhai nodded and smiled in agreement. They are both getting married, so a wedding gift must be prepared. After marriage, I will definitely eat and use my wife's things. If I get the marriage certificate empty-handed, I'm afraid the other party will have a lot of regrets in his heart. Liu Xiaoli will soon become his wife, so he can't let her lose face. What other women have, my woman must have too. What other women don't have, my woman must have even more. As for bracelets and rings, they are gifts for confirming a relationship and proposing. Proposing and proposing are two completely different concepts. With only 2 or 3 days to go, where can I find a good gift? Seeing Liuhai's expression change, and not knowing what he was thinking, Liu Xiaoli asked seriously. Little husband Tilder, what are you thinking about? Liu Xiaoli insisted on calling Liuhai the little husband for a long time. The two fought because of this title, and neither of them was willing to give in. During the period, all kinds of martial arts were used. Liuhai even used the 72 styles of Dongzhuanzi, but still couldn't defeat Liu Xiaoli's guanyin sitting face. Helpless, he could only accept the word husband with a little in front. The title of little husband came from this. What are you thinking about? Look, you are about to marry a white, rich and beautiful woman, and you are little excited inside. I wonder what kind of expression will classmate Liu Tianxian have when she knows that I am her stepfather. Looking at Liuhai's smirk, he didn't care about the sudden exposure of spring light, and immediately stood up and sent his pink little fist. You're going to die. Let's keep our affairs secret from 1111 for now, right? She might not be able to accept that her classmate has become her stepfather. In fact, Liu Xiaoli had one more thing she didn't say, which was that she was afraid her daughter might have other ideas in her mind. It would be bad if she misunderstood. In the next few days, the two of them stayed together. This is how couples are. When they first get together, they wish they could stay together for 24 hours. This stage is the legendary period of being together. In the middle of the trip, Liu 1111's classmate also called to ask where Liu's mother was. In order to get the household registration book, Liu Xiaoli ran back for a night. That day, the two dressed up in couple outfits and wore couple sunglasses and came to the Civil Affairs Bureau of Chaoyang District, Beijing. Take photos, fill in information, sign and fingerprint, and when the steel seal is stamped. She and Liu's mother are already legal husband and wife. After a 5-minute passionate kiss, Liu Xiaoli said emotionally. Chapter 13. Liu's mother is so beautiful in her phoenix crown and bridal robe. Great! I finally got the marriage certificate with my young husband. We will be a legal couple from now on. No one can say anything if you hold the certificate. It can be seen that before officially getting the marriage certificate with Liuhai, Liu Xiaoli was still a little worried in her heart. After all, this is the national conditions of China. If a man marries a young and beautiful woman, most people will only think that you are capable. On the contrary, if their wife is old and their husband is young, the public opinion will simply drown a person. Ding, the system detects that their host has obtained a marriage certificate with Liu's mother, and specially sent a wedding gift package. A set of pure handmade phoenix crown and bridal robe, 18 sets of gold jewelry, all for the royal family of the Ming dynasty. Damn, I didn't expect this system to be so generous. These days, Liuhai also prepared a gift, which will be valuable in the future. But I always feel that it's a little bit lacking. Now the things sent by the system are just sent to their heart. What can make a woman happier than a phoenix crown and bridal robe? Wearing a phoenix coronet and bridal robe when getting married is the dream of many girls. Unfortunately, the real phoenix coronet and bridal robe need to be embroidered by embroiderers. In ancient times, only the daughters of wealthy families and royal nobles could afford it. It is the same now. Without $1 million, you don't even have the chance to try it on. In later generations, female celebrities in the entertainment industry have to wait for several years after spending money to get married. Baby, let's go home quickly. There is a surprise for you. 15 minutes later, in the villa. Close your eyes and wait for me. After saying this, Liuhai hurriedly left the room. Liu Xiaoli also closed her eyes like a little girl and began to look forward to the upcoming surprise. Soon, a sound of footsteps came into her ears from far away. With a creak, the door of the room was opened. Don't peek. Just as she was curious and wanted to open her eyes, Liuhai's words came into her ears. Put away her curiosity, nodded, and continued to look forward to it. After going in and out several times, with a bang, the door of the room was finally closed. You can open your eyes. The familiar voice of the man came. This time, Liu Xiaoli slowly opened her eyes. Then, a yellow light and a red light came into view. R-tilde. Liu Xiaoli covered her mouth in surprise. The scene in front of her shocked her. On the bed, she saw a set of bright red phoenix crowns and bridal robes, and more than 10 boxes were placed beside them. Each box had 3 layers, all of which were opened, and all kinds of headdresses, earrings, rings, and other jewelry were available. After a rough glance, the jewelry in each box was of different shapes. None of the styles can be seen in the current market. Liu Xiaoli could see at a glance that these jewelry looked a bit old. Because the shape of the jewelry is different from the mainstream of the current market. It looks a bit like an antique from the past. Could it be an antique? Thinking of this, she couldn't help but marvel. These things are probably worth hundreds of millions. The key is the kind that is priceless. Some time ago, a child from a compound got married in the circle, and it was just a set of official gold and silver jewelry that made him the center of attention. It is definitely no problem to get an antique with connections. But it is a bit difficult to get a complete set, including the phoenix crown and bridal robe. After all, China's history has been turbulent, and many cultural relics have been destroyed in the war. In addition, women's phoenix crown and bridal robe collection is a niche type, and few people will complete your collection. Honey Tilder, this is. Liu Xiaoli said excitedly, looking at Liuhai with a smile on her face. The phoenix crown and bridal robe specially prepared for you, and the matching jewelry. I bought it from a farmer. You can't say it was given by the system. So I can only make up nonsense. Fortunately, Liu Xiaoli trusts Liuhai unconditionally and didn't ask too much. This set of phoenix casket is said to be one of the wedding gifts prepared by Zhu Yuanzhang, the emperor of the Ming dynasty, for his eldest daughter. 2 sets were prepared at that time, and this one is a spare set. After listening to Liuhai's explanation, Liu Xiaoli suddenly realized. You should know that these things usually follow their owners into their mausoleums. Zhu Yuanzhang's eldest daughter has been dead for hundreds of years. I almost thought that Liuhai had committed a crime. It's just that this set of clothes is so new and looks very well preserved. This dress is so new. Liu Xiaoli asked in confusion. Well preserved. Well preserved. All previous owners have regarded it as a treasure. Liuhai explained. Liu Xiaoli did not continue to ask, but took the clothes and began to gesture the effect of wearing it. Sure enough, beautiful bags, clothes, and cosmetics are irresistible to any woman. Ding! You gave your wife Liu Xiaoli a wedding gift of phoenix casket and jewelry, which made her very happy. Get sweet points, 100 points. Trigger 50 times critical strike, get sweet points, 5,000 points. That's it? Is the system starting to be stingy? Could it be that the landlord's family doesn't have extra money and food? Once a woman has beautiful clothes and jewelry, she is so addicted. In front of the dressing table, Liu Xiaoli picked up the headdress in the box from time to time and tried it on her head. After a long time, she finally chose a set. Turned and walked into the fitting room. I don't know how long it took. Liuhai was about to fall asleep while lying down. This chapter is not finished yet. Please click on the next page to continue reading the exciting content later. A creaking sound came. A woman in a phoenix shawl came to the front in a swaying manner. My husband, look at me wearing this, I am beautiful. Liu Xiaoli said with a shy face. That look is like a lady who just got married. With such a beautiful face and such a dress, which man can bear it? Liu Xiaoli's outfit is more attractive than a uniform. She stood up, hugged her waist, and pulled her into her arms, all in one go. An hour later. It's all your fault. You wrinkled my clothes. How can I wear them? Hearing the woman's complaining voice, he could only smile awkwardly. Who made me unable to withstand the temptation and failed the test? He coaxed her again and finally coaxed her. I also prepared a wedding gift for you. She struggled to get up and took out a box and a key from a drawer beside her. For your little husband, a Mercedes-Benz G-Class and a Patek Philippe watch. She is indeed a rich and beautiful wife, and she is really generous. These two things are at least 8 figures. It feels so good to be a gigolo. Love is mutual, and marriage is also mutual. Liu Xiaoli treats him well, and he will not let down such a good woman. I like it very much, thank you, wife. After putting on the watch, Liuhai smiled and said to Liu Xiaoli. The watch and the car were carefully selected by Liu Xiaoli, and she spent a lot of time on them. Liuhai only felt that at this moment, his heart was slowly being filled. This feeling may be love. Chapter 14. An invitation from Liu Tianxian, the cheap daughter. The car and the watch are Liu Xiaoli's intentions. Love is sweet as honey, sweet to their heart. In this society, there are women who do not despise your background, and give you cars and watches, which is simply a world wonder. You have to know the future many years later. Find a girlfriend, eat your food and drink your drinks, and finally ask you for a house and a car. As for giving you things, that's too much to think about. What does it mean when a woman takes the initiative to give you things? It means that she must put you in the most important position in her heart. Little husband tilde. Wife tilde. The moonlight tonight is so bright. The moonlight shines on the bed through the window. Tonight is destined to be a sleepless night. Maybe it's because of the marriage certificate, or maybe it's other reasons. Liu Xiaoli slept particularly sweetly. Looking at Liu Xiaoli, who was blushing and sleeping exceptionally sweetly, he couldn't help but reveal a happy smile. Ding, Liu Xiaoli feels happy, her favorability towards you +1, current favorability 91. Ding, the system detects sweet interaction between their host and Liu Xiaoli, gets 300 points, triggers 100 times the critical hit rate, gets points. Current points. The next day, after waking up, Liu Xiaoli felt refreshed. Turning to the other side of the bed, that was the source of her happiness. The sweetness of last night was still floating back and forth in her mind. It feels so good to have a husband. Looking at the sleeping man, she felt unusually at ease. Just when she was intoxicated, the phone on the bedside table suddenly rang. She leaned over and took the phone. It turned out to be her daughter calling. She couldn't help blushing. Mom, where are you? Today is my birthday, you didn't call me, did you forget? The girl on the other end of the phone, lying on the bed with her white and tender feet raised, said to the woman on the other end of the phone with some resentment. These days, she just felt that her mother was weird. After going out to meet an old friend, she disappeared. Is her mother in love? Mom, are you in the villa over on Hyben Road? As soon as their voice fell, Liu Xiaoli became visibly nervous. Is she discovered? Although Liuhai and I have obtained a marriage certificate, some things cannot be explained in a few words. The key is that the two of them got married in a flash, and they got the certificate after knowing each other for a few days. I am afraid that if acquaintances know about it, they will think that I have been bewitched. Although many young women in the circle that I know will find young people outside to fall in love. But getting a marriage certificate is unprecedented. Money is easy, and a gigolo is easy to find, but getting married is absolutely impossible. After a while, seeing no sound from the other end of the phone, the girl couldn't help but say, Mom, if you were there, I would come to find you. Wait, Tilda. Let Mom find you. Liu Xiaoli hurriedly stopped her daughter Liu 1111 from looking for her. After hanging up the phone, she hurriedly woke up Liuhai, who was sleeping soundly, and told him what happened. This sudden scene made Liuhai quite helpless. What is going on? Sure enough, you have to pay for what you have done. It was just an ordinary graduation party, but she actually kidnapped her classmate's mother. The key is that she has obtained a marriage certificate with her classmate's mother. Who would believe this if she told others? It's really outrageous that a classmate becomes a father. This made Liu Hai think of a comedy movie many years later. I call you brother. You call me dad. Let's talk about our own things. Har har tilde. Soon, Liu Xiaoli began to dress up. Liu Hai picked up his mobile phone and started a series of arrangements for birthday parties. Celebrity banquets and birthday parties are generally helped by professional teams outside. As long as you spend money, there is nothing you can't do. After all, it's a cheap girl. It was his son's birthday, so as a stepfather, he had to show his love. Of course, all the money spent on credit card payment was from his wife Liu Xiaoli. They are now husband and wife, you are in me, I am in you. Liu Xiaoli's money naturally became Liu Hai's money. It took half an hour to arrange everything. Seeing that Liu Xiaoli had no intention of coming out, Liu Hai was bored and started browsing his phone. After an unknown amount of time, the door of the cloakroom finally creaked. Then, a woman dressed up appeared. Obviously, Liu Xiaoli dressed up carefully for her daughter's birthday party. A pink dress with a milky white lace on the neckline. The lace was also outlined with small flowers and white clouds with white silk thread. This dress made the whole person look particularly young. The V-neck and waist design set off her graceful figure to the fullest. A beautiful person looks good in anything. Looking back and smiling, she is charming, and the six palaces are pale in comparison. Baby, if you were in ancient times, you would definitely be a peerless beauty who would confuse the country. Hugging Liu Xiaoli into his arms, Liu Hai laughed and teased. Tilde, how can you say that about me? I'm not the demon concubine Deji, nor Yan Guifei, so I won't confuse the country. Har har tilde, I'm saying that my wife is beautiful, more beautiful than the four beauties. HMPH, you know what's good for you, otherwise I'll bite you to death. Liu Xiaoli raised her hand and protested fiercely. Since the two got the marriage certificate, Liu Hai found that Liu Xiaoli became more and more dependent on him. Now she looks like an 18-year-old girl who has just fallen in love. She acts coquettishly and cutely in one go. Sure enough, a good love will turn a woman into a little girl. When the two were in love, Liu Hai's cell phone rang. He took the phone and smiled helplessly. Sure enough, it was the stepdaughter who called. He glanced at Liu Xiaoli and the other party motioned for him to answer the phone. When the call was connected, a carefree female voice came from her stepdaughter Liu Tianxian. On the other end of the phone, Liu Tianxian changed her usual toughness and said tenderly, Xiao Hai, today is my birthday. There is a birthday party tonight. Can you come to attend? Changed? Or was he possessed? Liu 1111 was so gentle to him today. The sun really rose from the west. Chapter 15 Mother Liu, you can't even think about it, and it's a sin to think about it. It's okay to have ideas, but after all, we are all a family now. Liu 1111 has become his cheap daughter, and she might call him dad in public in the future. Of course, he has to give him this face. Liu Hai smiled and said, Classmate Liu 1111, are you sure I'm still in Beijing and haven't gone out of town? As soon as their voice fell, Liu Tianxian on the other end of the phone was immediately unhappy. Doesn't he know whether Liuhai is in Beijing? Classmates Luo Jin, Wang Bai, Jiang Yiyan, they are not only Liuhai's good friends, but also my good friends. So I still know something about Liuhai's whereabouts. It's just strange that the other party has been like my mother recently, weird and often can't find him. Har har tilde. If Liuhai knew this idea, I'm afraid he would be shocked. Women's sixth sense is really powerful. You can detect some things by feeling. HMPH tilde, are you coming tonight? If not, never let me see you. Liu Tianxian said angrily. In the past, when I had something to do, Liuhai ran so diligently. Recently, I don't know why, he didn't contact me anymore. There was no follow-up on the confession. What's going on? Originally, I was just being reserved, but I didn't expect the other party to disappear. Liuhai glanced at Liu Xiaoli on the side, as if to say, look at your daughter, what a troublesome little goblin. Facing Liuhai's helplessness, Liu Xiaoli did not respond, but covered her mouth and laughed. Hey, thinking about the time when two beauties, one big and one small, would trouble me together in the future. That scene is so beautiful. Liuhai smiled and explained, classmate Liu, I didn't say I couldn't come, why are you so excited? It's just that I'm outside now, it's a bit inconvenient, can I tell you a little later? Liu Tianxian on the other end of the phone exploded instantly when she heard it. What, it's not convenient? Isn't my birthday invitation the most important thing? It's only been a short time. Have you changed your mind? Is there a dog outside? In an instant, the originally hot heart suddenly became cold. She said coldly, oh, okay. Then you are busy? Just pretend I didn't say anything. With that, she hung up the phone without giving Liuhai any response. Listening to the beeping sound from the other end of the phone, he looked at Liu Xiaoli. Liuhai felt quite helpless at the moment. Seeing Liuhai being frustrated, Liu Xiaoli on the side became interested instead. Holding her husband's arm, she said with a smile, how is it? My daughter is not a pushover, right? I only have this one daughter, you have to pamper us a little, otherwise I won't agree. Besides, you have such a beautiful wife and such a beautiful daughter, many people envy you. Listening to Liu Xiaoli's arrogant look, Liuhai was a little amused. Don't you know what other men are thinking? Aren't they all going for the purpose of double kill? Shameless and vulgar, I am not such a shameless man. People should know how to cherish the people in front of them. Besides, although the cheap daughter has a good appearance and figure, she still lacks something compared to Liu's mother. The unique mature taste and life experience of a young woman are not something that everyone can have. Ripe peaches and unripe peaches, Liuhai still loves peaches with plenty of juice and dense taste. Thinking of this, Liuhai smiled and responded, don't worry, baby, we are married now, your daughter is my own daughter, I must spoil her. Liu Xiaoli covered her mouth and asked with a smile, don't force it. Little guy, you dare to be so presumptuous. It seems that if you don't give the other party some color, she doesn't know why the flowers are so red. Crack, crack, let you laugh at me tilde. Our tilde husband, I know I'm wrong, don't tickle me, it's so itchy tilde. Liu Xiaoli laughed so hard that her branches trembled. As her body swayed, her amazing career line also swayed left and right in front of Liuhai's eyes. My wife is amazing. Although they didn't spend much time together, I obviously felt that her figure had become better. Could it be the legendary love that made her body develop again? After the two of them played around again, Liu Xiaoli said seriously. Little husband, our relationship may have to be explained to 11:11 later. Before that, you must keep your distance from 11:11. You are her stepfather now. You are not allowed to have some random thoughts. I want. You can't even think about it. It's a sin to think about it. Obviously, some of the men who have been pursuing Liu Xiaoli in recent years have bad intentions and have other ideas. Thinking of this, Liuhai was angry and amused. What is going on? Seeing that Liu Xiaoli was a little worried, he gave her a wet French kiss. 5 minutes later, Liuhai let go of her until Liu Xiaoli was a little breathless. Actions are the best proof. The kiss just now has shown his attitude. Liuhai believes that his smart and wise wife can definitely feel it. I only have you in my heart, how could I have any random thoughts? Do you not believe in your charm? Or do you not believe in me? Liu Xiaoli was relieved and said seriously, I felt a little ambiguous when I heard you talking just now. Maybe I thought too complicated. Anyway, change it if you have it, and encourage it if you don't. You can only love me. If I find out that you are fooling around in the future, I will cut you directly. He made a gesture of cutting something, which frightened Liuhai so much that his crotch felt cold. His gentle wife could be so cruel. Before, when he saw Liu Tianxian's aggressive behavior and Liu Xiaoli's gentle, elegant and dignified appearance, he thought that she was taken away by mistake. Today, I know that the root of the relationship is still here. Sure enough, like mother, like daughter. Gene inheritance is really strong. Liuhai was too lazy to explain. While it was still early and Liu Xiaoli was so attractive, he should do something. After all, it was still early before dark. The good daylight should not be wasted. The relationship between husband and wife needs to be maintained. Hey, don't, Tilda. Liu Xiaoli's words did not stop Liuhai's physical actions. After a symbolic struggle, he could only let her do whatever she wanted. An hour later, after eating and drinking, everything returned to calm. You'd better call 1111. Just tell her you're going to her birthday party tonight. Otherwise, with her temper, she might really ignore you from now on. Since his wife had spoken, Liuhai had no choice but to pick up his phone and call his adopted daughter Liu 1111. Beep beep tilde. Hello, the number you dialed is busy, please call again later tilde. Chapter 16, 8,000 gold coins of friendship cannot defeat a bear. Wow, this cheap girl is so arrogant that she hung up the phone on me. I called again and it rang a few more times. Hello, the number you dialed is busy, please call again later tilde. As the saying goes, things never happen 3 times. Call again, if you don't answer, we can only meet in the evening. Call the 3rd time. Beep, beep, beep tilde. This time the call went through smoothly. After chatting for a while, seeing that it was still early and they hadn't seen Liuhai for a long time, Liu Tianxian suggested that they meet. What is going on? My cheap daughter asked me out alone. How could I agree to this in front of Mrs. Liu? Do you dare to agree? Oh, I am Liu Tianxian's little father. Liuhai hesitated. Wouldn't this create family conflicts? It's mainly about this relationship. It would be a bit bad to refuse, right? Obviously, Liu Tianxian was also a person with a bad temper. After being rejected again and again by the same person, he suddenly felt a little embarrassed. She is such a beautiful woman, and when she asks you out alone, she is still hesitant. Don't I have any attraction to the other person? Such a man is so hateful. He actually doesn't take beautiful women seriously. This is simply unreasonable. A rotten tree cannot be carved. Scumbag. Par. Since you don't want to come out, forget it. It's like I'm begging you. Okay, that's it. Hang up now. Realizing that the other party was really angry, Liuhai hurriedly explained, that's not what I meant. Your birthday party is tonight. I have to prepare a decent gift, right? For this explanation, Liuhai would give himself a full score. Sure enough, after the explanation, Liu Tianxian, who was originally a little angry, immediately smiled. It turned out that the other party refused to accept his invitation because he wanted to prepare a gift for him. Forget it, I will forgive you this time because of the gift. Little girl, you get angry quickly and calm down quickly. You're so annoying. So you were supposed to prepare a gift. I almost misunderstood you. Listening to Liu Tianxian's smiling tone on the other end of the phone, Liuhai couldn't help but frown. Please give me a chance to explain. A woman's face is just like the weather in June, it rains when she says it will rain, and it is sunny when she says it will be sunny. It's really hard to figure out. Before Liuhai could respond, Liu Tianxian continued, how about this? I happened to like a necklace recently. It's not expensive, only a few thousand yuan. Take me to buy it. Having said that, Liuhai had no choice but to look at his wife's mother and seek her advice. After all, this is my wife's biological daughter. Liu Xiaoli nodded and acquiesced. Okay. Then let's meet in front of the Wonder 5-star hotel on Binjiang Road in half an hour. As soon as Liuhai said this, Liu Tianxian on the other end of the phone stood up suddenly. He shook his head and refused. What? Meet at the entrance of Wonder Hotel. You won't take me to get a room, right? Okay. Old Liu, I didn't expect you to be so lawless now. We are just classmates, and at most we are good friends, not your girlfriend, okay? How dare you have the audacity to ask me to go to a hotel? Scumbag tilde shameless tilde. You're not going to say later that the weather is too hot and shopping is too tiring, so you're going to the hotel to enjoy the air conditioning and take a rest, and then you're going to forcefully kiss me as soon as you get in the door. Shameless tilder. Oh shit, what's going on? Liuhai, who was on the other side of the phone, was stunned when he heard Liu Tianxian's chattering words on the other end of the phone. Didn't you say you wanted to buy a necklace? Wonder Shopping Mall is right next to the Wonder 5-Star Hotel. Wonder 5-Star Hotel is a landmark building in Binjiang district. Most people usually meet at the door, which makes it easier to find. This is normal operation. How did he suddenly become a scumbag and try to trick the other person into checking into a hotel? Are you that kind of person? There are still many action poses that I have not unlocked with my wife Liu Xiaoli. Without a relationship of 10 or 8 years, he would never even look at another woman a second time. Liuhai looked at his wife Liu Xiaoli with a helpless look on his face. The expression on her face seemed to say, "This is your daughter." Liu Xiaoli smiled awkwardly. Liu Tianxian is not like this usually. How come she becomes a completely different person in front of her young husband? All these years of training to be a lady have been wasted. She has completely turned into a loser girl. It's simply unbearable to watch. Liuhai didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Hey, classmate Liu Tianxian, who do you think I am? Am I the kind of person who tricks my female classmates into going to a hotel to enjoy the air conditioning? We've been classmates for so many years, and you don't actually believe in my character. Besides, I already have a woman I like, I can't afford your A. When Liu Tianxian heard this, she looked down at herself and realized that she indeed did not have the capital to be arrogant. But her strong desire to win made her unable to help but defend herself. Humph, none of you men are good. Do you stay with others just to make them fiercer? Liuhai took a look at his wife Liu Xiaoli's breasts. Yes, friendship is worth 1,000 gold coins, but it is no match for a vicious person. Well, mainly I'm worried that the children will be hungry. I don't care. I'm afraid even Liuhai himself doesn't quite believe this. To be honest, it seems that most men are like this. If a woman is fierce, they will naturally ignore some of her beauty. On the contrary, no matter how good looking a girl is, if she just has a flat chest, people will soon get tired of her. Liuhai asked back, two people must be together for some reason, right? Could it be that they are targeting you because you are fierce and ugly? This rhetorical question made Liu Tianxian instantly confused. If you think about it carefully, what Liuhai said seems to make sense. Par. How could what a filthy scoundrel said make sense? Calm your mind and get rid of these strange thoughts from your head. Suddenly I felt awake. Seeing that Liu Tianxian didn't say anything, Liuhai began to explain. Miss, Wonder Hotel is a landmark building, okay? I asked you to go to the Wonder Mall next door, not to the hotel to enjoy the air conditioning, okay? After a moment of silence, Liu Tianxian replied shyly as if she had made an important decision. You can go shopping, or rest in a hotel and enjoy the air conditioning, but you have to be honest. You won't lose control of yourself, right? What the hell is this? What kind of vicious words are these, Liu 1111? I've made myself so bad that I can't do it anymore. Liuhai only felt a pain in his waist. When he came to his senses, his wife Liu Xiaoli was looking at him with a ferocious face. Obviously, he was very dissatisfied with the conversation between the two. If you don't know, you might think they are a couple. I am my young husband's legitimate wife. Chapter 17, the matter with Liu's mother was almost exposed. If this situation is not explained clearly, I am afraid I will not survive this night. Thinking of this, he endured the pain and explained, Liu Tianxian, what kind of lewd words are you talking about? You are a female celebrity now. If others know about this, do you still want to continue to be a celebrity? Hearing Liuhai's frustration, Liu Tianxian said with a grin, Humph, I'll let you offend me. If you offend me again next time, I'll create some scandal with you, and then my fans will beat you to death. It turns out that he was deliberately making fun of me. This little devil can be really deadly when he gets bad. If I don't explain it clearly, I'm afraid Liu Xiaoli will have to sleep in a separate bed from me in the future. It's not a pleasant feeling to be alone in an empty room. Who doesn't he like a wife, children and a warm bed? Then let's meet at the entrance of Wonder 5-Star Hotel in half an hour. Without giving anyone time to react, he quickly hung up the phone. Now it seems that we have to meet. After hanging up the phone, Liu Xiaoli rushed over. After some more playing and fighting, he let Liuhai go out. She had already drained the other party dry in the past 2 days, so Liu Xiaoli was naturally not afraid. Besides, she was going to follow her young husband in a while. I believe nothing will happen, it's just shopping to buy a necklace. Liuhai didn't have much money, so naturally he took his own supplementary gold card. Soon, Liuhai took a taxi and went out. It's impossible to drive a car. If I drive, I'm afraid I won't be able to face Liu Tianxian's questions. Could it be that the new car is a wedding gift bought by your mother, my wife, for me? I was afraid that if I said this, I would be slapped twice on the spot. Somehow, he won over his classmate's mother and even got married. No matter who it is, if they suddenly find out that their classmate has become their stepfather, they would probably find it hard to accept it. It is better to have less trouble than more. Find an opportunity to tell the other person little by little in the future. Half an hour later. Binjiang Road, in front of Wander 5-star Hotel. I'm already at the hotel entrance, where are you? Listening to Liuhai's voice, Liu Tianxian, who was driving, said anxiously. Have you arrived yet? I'll be there in just one more intersection, please wait for me. Sure enough, when I go on a date with a woman, she is always late. So, when your girlfriend asks you to see a movie at 6 o'clock in the evening, you can be bold and directly buy movie tickets for 8 or 9 o'clock. Because it usually takes at least an hour or two to get the other person dressed up. You can't rush this thing. If you rush too much, he will definitely get angry. It might happen that you end up having to sleep alone in the couple's king-size bedroom that you booked with great difficulty tonight. Oh, this is going a bit far. The relationship between Liu Tianxian and I is just that of classmates. The only reason they have an extra layer of relationship now is because the other person's mother is his current wife. Nothing else can be transgressed even a little. Another 10 minutes passed, and the person still didn't come. Liuhai, feeling bored, took a rest on the chair at the door. I don't know how long I have to wait. Instead, I might as well use this time to communicate with my wife Liu Xiaoli online to improve our relationship. My dear husband, did you go to the Wonder Hotel and see Sissy? When I looked at the message, it was the inquiry text message that Liu Xiaoli sent me a few minutes ago. Liuhai immediately started typing a reply. I've arrived at the entrance of Wonder Hotel, but I haven't seen your precious daughter Liu Tianxian yet. She said she's at the next intersection. Messages are replied immediately. Then wait a moment. You know it's a lot of trouble for girls to go out, with all the grooming and dressing up. Be patient, newer Tilder, love you. Liuhai couldn't help but grin at the comforting message sent by his wife. It turns out that he is my dear wife, and my wife knows how to love me. He Tilder. Just when Liuhai and Liu Xiaoli were chatting enthusiastically, Liu Tianxian, who was delayed by the agreed time due to traffic jam, has parked his car and is walking towards the entrance of Wonder Hotel. Soon a tall woman wearing a pink dress, a baseball cap and black sunglasses walked out of the elevator. The woman wrapped herself tightly, and one could only tell from her figure that she was a beautiful young lady. The woman was Liu Tianxian, who was late because of the traffic jam. After getting out of the elevator and reaching the ground, Liu Tianxian immediately saw Liuhai playing with his mobile phone on a chair. I saw the other person's face was full of smiles, and his fingers were constantly typing on the phone. You can tell at a glance that he is definitely messaging someone else. I took my phone out of my bag, but didn't receive any messages. I think it must be with other women. Why do you assume it's a woman? That's because men don't text each other like this. Besides, my sixth sense as a woman tells me that the other person must be a woman. I don't know why. At this moment, she just felt a little uncomfortable and sour in her heart. Hey, who did Lao Liu text? He's smiling so happily. Let me see. As he said this, he secretly walked behind me and reached out to grab the phone. Hearing the sound, Liuhai reacted immediately. He hurriedly held the phone in his arms, turned around and saw Liu Tianxian. His heart started beating wildly. Just now, if my phone had been snatched away. If the other party saw the chat records between him and Liu Xiaoli, wouldn't the relationship between the two be exposed immediately? In this case, I'm afraid Liu Tianxian's birthday party won't be able to be held. My mother was taken away by my classmate and she became my wife directly. No one can accept this all of a sudden. This chapter is not finished yet, please click on the next page to continue reading the exciting content. By then, I'm afraid I won't be able to figure it out. I am thick-skinned and it doesn't matter, but I'm afraid my wife Liu Xiaoli must feel uncomfortable being caught in the middle. After all, one is her daughter born after 10 months of pregnancy, and the other is her true love, her young husband Liuhai, with whom she has now obtained a marriage certificate. They are both the loves of my life, and they are my flesh and blood. Har har, no one, I saw a post online and thought it was quite funny, so I expressed my thoughts. Seeing that Liu Tianxian was curious, Liuhai immediately made up a reason and tried to fool her. We drove here, so there must be some traffic jam, right? Liuhai looked concerned and changed the subject in time to prevent the other party from asking more questions. Well, there's a bit of a traffic jam. Liu Tianxian responded when Liuhai asked. Then let's go shopping in the mall. Liuhai suggested with a smile. It would have been fine if she didn't mention shopping in the mall, but as soon as she mentioned it, Liu Tianxian's face turned red. It immediately reminded me of the conversation between the two of them not long ago. Fortunately, I was wearing a hat and glasses, otherwise the other party would have noticed my expression. Seeing that the other party didn't pay attention to her, Liu Tianxian finally breathed a sigh of relief. Which floor is the necklace shop on? Third floor. While they were talking, the two entered the elevator of Wonder Shopping Mall. I came to the counter of the mall and signaled the waiter to take out the necklace. Liu Tianxian then took off her hat and sunglasses. The waiter felt that Liu Tianxian looked familiar. Today, Liu Tianxian is not yet the future top star in the entertainment industry. In addition, fans today are not as crazy about stars as they will be in the future. The waiter only thought that there were two people, the man was very handsome and the woman was very beautiful. Then I started to introduce necklaces. Taking a look at Liu Tianxian, who had taken off her sunglasses and hat, it was obvious that she had dressed up carefully. Liu Tianxian keenly noticed the momentary surprise in Liuhai's eyes and couldn't help but feel secretly happy. I almost thought that I was really unattractive. Can you help me put on the necklace? Liu Tianxian said with a smile on her face. On the other side, not far from the mall, a hot woman was hiding behind a pillar and looking at the two of them. The woman kept poking her head out from behind the pillar and trying to lean forward, as if she wanted to see something clearly. Chapter 18 Liuhai, I like divorced women with children. What can I say? Can I refuse? Having a cheap daughter is just a normal need. In broad daylight, if you are doing the right thing, you are not afraid of bangs. She took the necklace and walked naturally behind the other person, and a scent like musk and orchid came to her face. Take a sniff, it smells quite good. Okay, take a look and see if you like it. So fast. When I opened my eyes, I found that the necklace was already on my swan-like neck. Seeing a mirror next to a pillar not far from the counter, he walked towards the mirror very naturally. Look in the mirror carefully. Suddenly, he turned his head and said to Liuhai beside him with a smile, Lao Liu, do you think I have gained weight recently? Shit, is this the legendary death-defying question? This topic is an inevitable problem that arises when men and women get along with each other. The better the answer, the more favorable your impression will be. If you don't answer well, you will die on the spot. Fortunately, Liuhai has seen a variety of answers on the internet in the future. He said with a serious face, no. Your figure and face are almost top-notch. Among all the female celebrities in the industry, no one can be compared with you. Liu Tianxian on the side was very satisfied with this answer. Thinking of Liuhai saying that she was the most beautiful female star in the circle, she couldn't help but raise the corners of her mouth and raised her snow-white swan neck. With a proud face, she responded, you are lying. You said before that I have a bad figure? You must be trying to make me happy. When? When did you say that? Liuhai asked puzzledly. HMPH, you said not long ago that I was right about A, but I was clearly right about B. Liu Tianxian couldn't help but recall the conversation between the two of them not long ago. Shit, he actually holds a grudge like that. It was just a casual remark, but the other party actually remembered it in his heart. It turns out that women should not be offended. What our ancestors said is indeed true. This is also what is said in martial arts novels. Among the people who should not be offended, women are ranked first. Is it true that all of you men are those who have married women with curvy figure? Liu Tianxian couldn't help but raise the question in his mind. Liuhai also blurted out, who doesn't like a woman with a hot body? As for what you said about liking married women, that's not necessarily true. There's a saying that goes, a wife is not as good as a concubine is not as good as a secret lover is not as good as someone who can't be stolen. Others' wives always seem better. As for liking married women, most men just want to satisfy their eyes. So that's how it is. It was the first time that Liu Tianxian heard a really detailed answer. With a figure and a face like yours, most men would be attracted to you. Without waiting for Liu Tianxian to respond, Liuhai continued to say these words. Then what do you think about someone like me being your girlfriend? This sentence was like a bolt from the blue. Upon hearing this, Liuhai was completely stunned. Playing is playing, joking is joking, but you can't joke about this kind of thing. If your mother knew about this, she would probably chop me to pieces. Is this something you can listen to? Ahem. Liuhai, who was drinking water from the cup handed to him by the waiter, was so frightened that his skin became burnt on the outside and tender on the inside. Har har, you look so scared, but I'm not a tigress. I won't eat you. Liuhai's reaction made Liu Tianxian, who was standing beside him, burst into laughter. Why is old Liu becoming more and more timid? I just said that if I became his girlfriend, he reacted so strongly. Come, let sister touch his head and see what our classmate Liu is afraid of. Liu Tianxian said and started to take action. Don't do that, men and women shouldn't touch each other. Liu Tianxian, who was feeling worried, was suddenly pushed away by Liuhai. I was actually pushed away, this is too much. Liu Tianxian was really angry this time. It's normal for friends to be so close and call each other brothers. Besides, didn't they get along like this before? Seeing that Liu Tianxian looked unhappy, Liuhai knew clearly that the other party was angry. It does seem a bit too much to refuse in person. But when I went out today with my bangs, I felt like there was a pair of eyes staring at me from behind. It makes me feel like a thorn in my back and a fishbone stuck in my throat. Sorry, it's an instinctive reaction. Are you angry? Liuhai explained somewhat embarrassedly. Liu Tianxian looked unhappy and coldly denied, I'm not angry. How could I be angry? I'm not yours, so how can I be angry? Seeing the other party's indifferent and expressionless face, Liuhai was unwilling to believe his lies. You're not angry yet? Will anyone believe it if I say it? Liuhai said with a wry smile. Har har, now it's okay. I'm smiling and I'm really not angry. Liu Tianxian showed a forced smile on her face. This scene is very similar to the little fat man in Zibo Barbecue City who was forced to open for business. Having said that, without waiting for Liuhai to respond, he continued, I'm not angry, I just feel a little disappointed. I'm a beautiful woman, and you pushed me away. Are you still a man? As he spoke, Liu Tianxian became more and more excited. Looking at the person in front of him who was pouting and looking dissatisfied, Liuhai had to patiently explain. Hey, why don't you understand my painstaking efforts? I've told you before, I like girls who are older than me, preferably married or divorced, and it would be even better if they have a daughter your age. Seeing Liu Tianxian smile, Liuhai changed his tone and started to give some advice. If you order it a little earlier now, it will reduce resistance when the truth comes out. Chapter 19 Liu Xiaoli, hey, don't take it out. There is someone here. Liuhai's earnest advice did not win Liu Tianxian's understanding. Instead, it made her feel that all these were just excuses to reject her. He immediately asked back, I can also become mature. There will be a day when I will become mature too. Don't you think you'd be better off with one person? From an ignorant girl to a mature young woman, don't you feel more accomplished? Amidst Liuhai's shock and astonishment, Liu Tianxian blushed and said coquettishly. If you really like divorced young women with children, I'm fine with that, too. Oh shit, is that the fairy sister in front of me? Is this something the fairy sister could say? Why is there such a strong green tea smell that my bangs are blown so hard that I can hardly open my eyes? After a moment of silence, Liuhai said, what can I say? I think we are both too young. If we get along with each other, there will definitely be many conflicts. If we have a quarrel, we won't even be friends anymore. And most importantly, your career is on the rise now. I want you to be a good wife and mother, take care of your husband and children at home, and be my support. Are you willing? As soon as these words came out, Liu Tianxian didn't even think about it and blurted out. I definitely don't want to. Being a good actor has been my dream since I was a child. I don't want to give up my dream. Also, I don't want to be a housewife who takes care of my husband and children. It's too boring to revolve around my husband and children. Liuhai seized the opportunity in the other person's words and said with a smile, see, I told you that we have different opinions on many issues. You want to be a big star that everyone pays attention to, but all I want is a good wife and a loving mother, so we are not suitable at all. After Liuhai finished speaking, Liu Tianxian finally reacted. I just blurted out what I really thought. She couldn't help but feel a little regretful. But thinking back on the conversation between the two just now, I felt as if what I just said was my truest thought. What Liuhai said makes sense. The two of them have different ideas in this regard, and they may really argue about it in the future. On the other side, looking at Liu Tianxian with a dazed look in his eyes, he breathed a sigh of relief in his heart. Finally, I dispelled the other party's inner thoughts. I have already obtained the marriage certificate with Liu Xiaoli, and the person in front of me is my adopted daughter. After a while, I will find an opportunity to tell the other party about what happened between me and his mother Liu Xiaoli, and I can put an end to this matter completely. After a moment of confusion, Liu Tianxian suddenly said, "So what are we now?" This question. Liuhai said seriously, "We are good friends, right? Have you forgotten that you, Wang Bo, Luo Jin, and Jiang Yiyan are all good friends?" Liu Tianxian, who originally had a look of anticipation on her face, suddenly had a dim look in her eyes. Still unwilling to give up, he asked, "Are Jiang Yiyan and you also good friends? Like us?" For a moment, she just felt so wronged and so sad. These are not the words I want to hear at all. On the other side, when Liu Hai heard the other party mention Jiang Yiyan, he knew what the other party was thinking. Women are like this most of the time, they are afraid that they are not unique. He swore, Jiang Yiyan is just a good friend. We are the kind of close friends who can confide in each other. This sentence obviously hit Liu Tianxian's key point, and she immediately became happy. That's more like it. Although Jiang Yiyan is our friend, we are the ones with the best relationship. Well, you've passed. If you were just trying to fool me, I won't let you go. Seeing the fairy sister raising her fist and looking fierce as if she was going to hit him, Liu Hai comforted her. Har har, you are a lady, but you actually threaten me like this. Be careful that you won't be able to get married in the future. Har har, if I can't get married by then, I'll just go to your house and eat and drink for free, and I'll depend on you for the rest of my life. In this regard, Liu Hai expressed in his heart that he had no opinion. Anyway, what I eat and drink belong to my wife, and the money my wife keeps is her daughter Liu Tianxian's. Then we will all share the money earned by Liu Tianxian. If the other party knew about this, he would probably be so angry that he would die. It seems that their rear base has been directly taken down. The following topics were relatively light-hearted, and Liu Tianxian's mood also calmed down. Not far away, looking at the two people who were passionate but polite, my anxious heart calmed down. After a while, after receiving a phone call, he left the mall directly. After buying the necklace, I shopped for a while and soon it was evening. When we arrived at the villa, it was already a sea of flowers. After a while, Wang Bai, Luo Jin, Jiang Yiyan and other students arrived at the scene. In addition to a group of college classmates, most of them are Liu Tianxian's family and relatives. The man who is Liu Tianxian's godfather also came to the scene. He surrounds his wife Liu Xiaoli and is just a real bootlicker. Facts have proved that if a woman doesn't like you, no matter how much you give, it's useless. Soon, the birthday party began. Everyone gave gifts and blessings, followed by the performance team's performance. An unknown female singer came on stage and sang a song called The Rainy Season at the age of 18. As a mother, Liu Xiaoli greeted the relatives and friends who came from the audience, and then said to Liu Tianxian beside her, 1111, from today on you are a real adult. Mommy wishes you a happy birthday. May you always be 18 years old. Liu Tianxian was very touched. She took Liu Xiaoli's hand and said emotionally, Thank you, Mom. Thank you for supporting and encouraging me all these years to embark on the path of being an actor. Liu Xiaoli was also touched and said, You're welcome, baby, Mom is your closest relative. The mother and daughter were so affectionate that there was warm applause from the audience. Afterwards, Liu Tianxian, as the heroine, naturally became the object of everyone's pursuit. Liu Hai stood on the periphery, looking seriously at Liu Xiaoli next to Liu Tianxian. There's nothing I can do about it, my cheap wife is just beautiful, she stands out from the crowd, so eye-catching. After a moment, he remembered something and turned around and went straight into the villa. When Liu Hai saw this situation, he immediately became curious. Because the birthday party was held next to the swimming pool in the villa garden, there were not many people in the villa at the moment. The second floor is a private area and no one will go up there. Looking at the other person's back as he entered the room on the second floor, he couldn't help but smile evilly. Following closely. Push the door open and enter. What are you doing? There are people down there. What are these? Hey, don't take it out. Liu Xiaoli covered her eyes, leaving only a slit, and said shyly. Chapter 20 DS Movie Watching Experience Effect. Liuhai was seen rummaging left and right, and soon, in the other person's expectant face, he took out something wrapped in gold tinfoil from his pocket. Seeing this, Liu Xiaoli's originally excited mood suddenly sank to the bottom. So it's not that one. Boring? Take a closer look at what Liuhai is holding. This is actually. She couldn't help but frown and said, "Is this chocolate? But this is such a big piece of chocolate, I'm afraid I can't eat it in one bite, right?" Liuhai laughed evilly and said, "When did I tell you to eat it in one bite? Besides, it's only this big, you should be fine, right? After all, last night, you were. No, don't say it, you're going to die." As soon as Liuhai finished speaking, Liu Xiaoli's pretty face began to turn red at a speed visible to the naked eye. Soon it became redder than the rising sun. This little rascal in front of me is so bold in speaking. Although the two have already obtained a marriage certificate, facing such teasing still makes her heart beat faster and her breathing become rapid. Okay. Chocolate. I love chocolate. Faced with the chocolate handed to her by Liuhai, Liu Xiaoli took a big bite as if she was facing a class enemy. The rich aroma of coffee beans flows in the mouth, the taste is delicate and silky, melts in the mouth, and has an endless aftertaste. It should be pure handmade chocolate. In an instant, Liu Xiaoli came to the conclusion. It's delicious, thank you, husband. Liu Xiaoli took another big bite and said happily. This is what a couple of lovers are like together, a simple bite of chocolate or something to eat can make both of them happy. Liu Xiaoli likes sweets herself, and since it was given to her by her husband, she feels even more cherished. Baby, if you like to eat, I'll give it all to you. Where did you get the chocolate? Did you buy it when you were shopping with Sissy at the mall today? Yeah. Handmade chocolates made together. What? They made handmade chocolates together? Have you never done it with your young husband? Thinking of this, a strong feeling of jealousy rose in my heart. Then I'll give it back to you. I don't want to eat it. As he said this, he threw the chocolate into Liuhai's arms angrily. My goodness, he is so jealous that he is even jealous of his own daughter. Or for a piece of chocolate. Har, you're jealous. But you asked me to accompany her to buy gifts. Liuhai smiled and hugged Liu Xiaoli's slender waist, saying with a wicked smile. I asked you to accompany me, but I didn't ask you to make chocolate. You actually gave it to me to eat. Then look into my eyes. Liuhai turned Liu Xiaoli's body over and said seriously. Look at each other for a few seconds, full of love. Tilde. You are so bad. 5 minutes later, when Liu Xiaoli said this, Liuhai knew that the storm was over. HMPH, you've passed. If I had seen anything else in your eyes just now, I would have bitten you to death. Upon hearing this, Liuhai suddenly became curious. Baby, what did you see in my eyes just now? Liu Xiaoli was stunned for a moment, then said proudly, just now I saw full of love in my husband's eyes. I can see that you love me very much. Upon hearing this, Liuhai's eyes moved and he asked with a smile, is this true? Don't you know that eyes can be deceiving sometimes? Sister is an experienced person, how could she not see it? If my sister was so easy to deceive, she would have been eaten to the bone long ago. Liu Xiaoli explained with pride and confidence. Over the years, I have been in the entertainment industry and have met too many different kinds of people in my own circle. If he didn't even have the ability to judge people, how could he, alone with his woman Liu Tianxian, succeed in the entertainment industry, which is like a big melting pot? Whether Liuhai really loves himself or is just pretending, he can still tell. Little husband. For some reason, Liu Xiaoli just felt a sense of happiness arising spontaneously. Smelling the fragrance of Liu Xiaoli, Liuhai couldn't help feeling itchy in his heart. Especially now that she has long hair and a one-shoulder dress that reveals her fair and smooth skin. Liuhai's eyes began to become blurred, and the big hands that were originally hugging Liu Xiaoli suddenly became stronger. Hubby, Liu Xiaoli opened her red lips and was about to say something to the other party when she was blocked by him. It's soft and moist. After the passionate kiss, the air in the room seemed to become hotter. The air is filled with the sweet scent of love. This makes Liuhai even more impulsive. Honey, today is 11/11's birthday party, I have to go. However, he couldn't continue speaking halfway through. At this moment, Liu Xiaoli's pretty face was flushed, and the whole person was like a koala, hanging directly on Liuhai's body. I wanted to stop something, but there was nothing I could do. Even if you want to stop it, you would still feel reluctant. She has a graceful and boneless figure, delicate and fair skin, a swan-like neck, and most importantly, a 360 visual impact. More than half an hour passed quickly. After all, there was a birthday party going on in the villa garden. My dear, there is more to this chapter. Please click on the next page to continue reading. It's even more exciting later. As half the male owner, it is a bit unreasonable for Liuhai to experience 36D in the villa. On the other side, Liu Xiaoli's little head secretly popped out from under the quilt. Look at the skirts, high heels, stockings scattered on the ground, and the lipstick marks on Liuhai's clothes. Oops, the room is a bit messy. His eyes scanned the room, and his gaze finally stopped on the alarm clock on the bedside table. Oh, it's been so long since I came up here, is 11:11 going to come looking for me? As he said this, he struggled to get up. The good figure can be seen at a glance. Liuhai, whose mood had calmed down a little, suddenly became excited again. The viewing effect of 3060 is indeed powerful, which ABC cannot compare with. No wonder everyone is watching movies in 3D, 4D, 5D, etc. now. My 3060 is so much better. For some things, just a small difference can make a world of difference. Gurgle Tilder. After watching this movie, I feel a little thirsty. Baby, it's still early, why don't we experience the 3060 movie watching effect together? Liuhai smiled evilly and expressed his innermost thoughts to the beauty in front of him. Are you trying to commit suicide? You're watching a movie. What if 11:11 comes and sees you? Liu Xiaoli asked worriedly. No. Let's go down quickly. After saying that, he was about to leave. Liuhai couldn't let him do as he wished, so he just stood up with a smile. What? I watched the movie too hastily just now, and I didn't appreciate many details. Well, let's discuss it with my beloved wife and watch a movie together. As he said that, he suddenly lunged forward. Soon. The movie started again. Chapter 21. The scene discovered by Jiang Yiyan. Ding, it is detected that the host and the heroine Liu Xiaoli had a friendly exchange between husband and wife. Liu Xiaoli felt happy and her favorability towards you increased by 1. The current favorability is 92. Ding, the system detected that the host had a sweet interaction with Liu Xiaoli and obtained 600 points, triggering a critical hit rate of 100 times, and obtain points. Current points. Half an hour later, the two finished washing up and were having a sweet conversation. Liu Xiaoli, hurry up and go down. It's been so long, if you're discovered, it'll be all over. Liuhai, you are my legally married wife, okay? I am not afraid if you find out. Liu Xiaoli, I know that too, but I'm afraid that everyone won't be able to accept it right away, especially 11:11. Liu Xiaoli stepped forward to help Liuhai tidy up his clothes while explaining the reason. Suddenly, a thump sound, like something falling to the ground, came from outside the door. Liuhai hurried forward and opened the door. A familiar figure came into view. It turned out to be Jiang Yiyan. Was their conversation overheard? Who is it? Liu Xiaoli followed Liuhai's footsteps and came to the door. When I saw that it was my daughter's good friend Jiang Yiyan, I immediately felt my face burning. My first reaction was that my relationship with Liuhai had been discovered. Before the two of them could speak, Jiang Yiyan at the door spoke. Auntie, Lao Liu, what are you doing in the room? At this moment, Jiang Yiyan was like a curious baby, waiting for their answers with curiosity. I just went to the villa to use the restroom, and there was someone on the first floor. Thinking that I had been to the villa several times before, I went up to the second floor with ease. After going to the bathroom, I heard strange noises coming from a room not far away. The voice sounds familiar. Driven by curiosity, she came to the door of the room. With just one ear, she figured out what the sound was. After all, it's not like I haven't experienced this kind of thing before. She was about to leave feeling a little embarrassed, but the sound from her bang stopped her in her tracks. Old Liu and Sissy's mother? How could these two people have such an irrelevant relationship? With doubts in mind, she continued to observe. I don't know how much time had passed before my feet became numb. When I realized that the two of them were about to go out, I hurriedly prepared to escape. As a result, insufficient blood circulation in the legs caused the noise. He was actually caught alive. This is embarrassing. So I had to take the initiative. Xiaojiang, we were talking in the room. We had something to discuss. Liu Xiaoli's pretty face flushed, and she explained hesitantly. Talking in the room. How loud would it be to speak? How could he speak such fierce and vicious words? Isn't this just lying with open eyes? As if she felt Jiang Yiyan's questioning gaze, Liu Xiaoli felt her face burning, as if it was covered with chili oil. How should I explain it to myself? Feeling that something was wrong in the atmosphere, Liuhai didn't intend to hide it anymore and came clean. In front of Jiang Yiyan, he put his arms around Liu Xiaoli's slender waist, pulled her into his arms, and kissed her. With a smile on his face, he said, "Xiaoyanzi, this is my wife, you should call her sister from now on." Elder sister? Auntie becomes sister. This. What? You are boyfriend and girlfriend. Auntie has become your wife. Does 1111 know? You two just met not long ago, right? How did you end up going together? Jiang Yiyan on the opposite side was shocked and asked a series of soul-searching questions. The news that Liuhai is together with her good friend Liu Tianxian's mother is really shocking. The key point is that not long ago, the two of them did that. The facts were right in front of her, and she had no choice but to believe it. But isn't the age gap between them a bit too big? Mother 1111 has been single for so many years, and there are many wealthy businessmen pursuing her, but she has never been involved in any scandal with anyone. I've been single for so many years, and now I'm together with Liuhai. Does the other person like young people? Yes, that must be the case. Otherwise there is really no way to explain it. Apart from looking handsome, it seems like bangs are really useless in other ways. I have no money, no car, and most importantly, I have no family. Xiaoli and I are truly married, and we've already obtained our marriage certificate. While Liuhai was explaining to Jiang Yiyan, he motioned Liu Xiaoli to go to the room and get the thing. After a moment, the thing was taken out. A pair of little red notebooks. Come, let me show you the marriage certificate issued by the Civil Affairs Bureau. Jiang Yiyan took the red book that Liuhai handed to her with a confused look on her face. He opened it with a puzzled look on his face. On the red book, there were photos of the two of them. The woman's smile is as beautiful as a flower, she is really Mrs. Liu Xiaoli. The man's face was filled with happiness, who else could it be but his good friend Liuhai? The two of them actually got a marriage certificate. This shocked Jiang Yiyan even more than discovering that the two were a couple just now. Get married. How come you got the certificate suddenly? You've only known each other for a few days and met each other a few times, and you're getting married like this? Isn't this the legendary flash marriage? Liu Xiaoli hugged Liu Hai's arm and looked quietly at her daughter's good friend Jiang Yiyan. It was a bit embarrassing just now. But when Liu Hai gestured for me to take out their marriage certificate and revealed their relationship in front of the other party, my heart, which had been hanging in the air, instantly fell to the ground. It seems like there's nothing wrong with this, right? Didn't you confess your love to 1111 at the graduation party a few days ago? How come you got the marriage certificate with your aunt in the blink of an eye? Jiang Yiyan asked with eyes wide open, looking confused. What? Another person who thought he was confessing to Liu 1111. I am completely speechless. Isn't Mother Liu more fragrant than Liu Tianxian? Mother Liu is my true love, right? These people have such a lack of vision. Young people really have poor vision. How can they know the good of young women? Especially, Mother Liu is a young woman who has been widowed for many years. This young woman is not only beautiful but also extremely rich. Simply perfect, don't miss it. From the beginning to the end, I was always the one confessing my feelings to Xiaoli. I'm really not interested in Liu Tianxian, you all misunderstood. Liu Hai patiently explained the whole story. But Aunt Liu is 1111's mother? There's a generation gap between them. How could you get married to your classmate's mother so quickly? Jiang Yiyan was a little incoherent. When she finally came to her senses, she felt like the memory in her brain was not enough. Liu Hai and Liu Xiaoli got married in a flash. Liu Tianxian is Liu Xiaoli's daughter. Liu Hai and Liu Tianxian are classmates. Liu Hai and Liu Xiaoli are husband and wife. Doesn't that mean that Liu Hai became 1111's stepfather? My classmate becomes my stepfather? This feeling. Come to think of it, this relationship feels so complicated. However, another idea suddenly came into Jiang Yiyan's mind. Chapter 22 Love from Mother Liu. This old Liu is really awesome. He even attacked my classmate's mother. Jiang Yiyan said that she had only seen such complicated situations in novels. Unexpectedly, I found it in reality, and it's right in front of me. Sure enough, what Senior Zhang said to me that night was absolutely right. Art comes from life. Is your marriage certificate real? Jiang Yiyan asked with a hint of doubt. Of course it's true. The two nodded at the same time and answered. Okay. Then I wish you a long and happy life together and a son soon. Jiang Yiyan took another deep look at the red book in her hand and handed it to Liuhai. Thank you. Liuhai took the red book and gave it to Mother Liu beside him. When are you going to have your wedding? Does 1111 know about your flash marriage? Jiang Yiyan asked a series of questions out of curiosity. Damn, isn't he this nonsense? If Liu Tianxian knew about the relationship between them, would she have deliberately kept her distance at the banquet just now? There's still a wedding to be held, let us just get through this hurdle first. You know, Jiang Yiyan and Liu Tianxian are good friends. What if they tell each other directly? This is likely to cause huge storms. I haven't made up my mind yet. You've seen the situation. I'm afraid 1111 will find it hard to accept it for a while. So we plan to wait until 1111 is able to accept it and make our relationship public, and then find a time to get married. Xiaoyanzi, you have to keep the matter between Xiaoli and me a secret for us. Liuhai gave earnest instructions. All right. I can't hide this for too long, so you should confess it to Sissy as soon as possible. Although Jiang Yiyan was a little embarrassed, she finally agreed to keep it a secret for the two of them. There's nothing we can do, since we are all classmates and friends. Besides, this is all for my best friend's own good. Okay. We will explain this to 1111 as soon as possible, and we will definitely send you an invitation when the wedding is held. Hearing that the secret would not be leaked for the time being, Liu Xiaoli on the side couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. Afterwards, several people tidied themselves up and started going downstairs one after another. The party lasted until the early morning, until everyone was drunk. Only then did they take taxis and leave the villa one after another. Jiang Yiyan and Liuhai, good friends of Liu Tianxian, stayed overnight in the villa. Luo Jin and Huang Bo were planning to go to Hengjin to visit the crew, but they left overnight. In the following period of time, filming a movie was also put on the agenda. We have the script and the startup capital, but it is also very necessary to find a big shot in the entertainment industry. After all, one person cannot support the whole thing alone. The later release of the film will still require these people to provide support. China Film Building, in Han Sanping's office. A man and a woman, sitting facing each other. After an unknown amount of time, the man said, "Where did you get this script?" The one who spoke was none other than Han Sanping, a big shot in the China Film Group Corporation, a man who was known to make the film and television industry tremble with just one stomp of his foot. And the woman opposite was Liu Xiaoli. A friend of mine wrote a very good script. I'm going to show it to you to see if there's any investment potential. Just friends. Han Sanping and Liu Xiaoli both came from a compound. Although they seldom met, they had a good relationship. Especially their fathers, who had fought on the battlefield together. Could this script be written by that guy outside? Liu Xiaoli came to see me with a handsome guy. When I arrived at my own territory, of course the secretary told me the first thing. Okay. It's my boyfriend. The fact that they have obtained their marriage certificate is not suitable for public disclosure yet, and now we can only say that they are boyfriend and girlfriend. What? Your boyfriend? You wouldn't be fooled by this pretty boy. If you do this, I won't be able to tell anyone next time I meet my uncle or aunt. As a big shot in the circle, Han Sanping has seen all kinds of people. How could a typical gigolo like Liuhai write such a script? I'm afraid it was Liu Xiaoli who bought the script for him. So confused. It's really confusing. After being a widow for so many years, how come she was taken advantage of by a gigolo? Isn't this a slap in the face of the kids from the compound? This is how the children of the compound are. There is competition and friction within the organization, but once faced with external things, they all point their guns in unison. Just now, I guess you have found out his identity. He is a graduate of Beijing Film Academy, and he is from the acting department, right? At the same time, he is an orphan. You should have found that out. He is a very talented man. He spent one night writing this script for me. To be honest, I have prepared 100 million to invest in this movie, not because he is my boyfriend, but more because this movie is worth investing in. Third brother, you are a big shot in the film and television industry. I don't believe that you can't see that this is a good script. As a big shot in the circle, Han Sanping has invested in countless movies, so he knows how good a script is. In his opinion, as long as this movie is shot with guaranteed quality and quantity, without saying anything else, it is guaranteed to have a box office of 500 million. Especially the setting of two male protagonists in the movie, the plan is to ask Chow Yun-fat and the King of Pop to play them. If this succeeds, it will at least increase the box office revenue by another 200 million. After all, the names of Chow Yun-fat and Aaron Kwok are box office appeal. This chapter is not finished yet, please click on the next page to continue reading the exciting content. I took another look at the script. He couldn't help but sigh. That pretty boy outside the door is quite capable. Otherwise, how could a pretty widow who has been widowed for many years throw herself into his arms? You know, Liu Xiaoli is a famous pretty widow in the circle. In the beginning, there were a lot of people pursuing me, but gradually they realized there was no chance, and most of them gave up. There is only one upstart left, and he keeps chasing after us. As the saying goes, it is better to demolish 10 temples than to destroy a relationship. Since Liu Xiaoli has made up her mind, there is nothing more for me to say. We are all adults and have our own judgment. The difference is just a matter of getting cheated of some money, it's nothing. Xiaoli, call that guy in. I want to talk to him about the movie. Get up and open the door. Liuhai followed his wife Liu Xiaoli into the office. Mahogany furniture, and several huge bookcases filled with books. A few huge words on the side wall come into view. Women's treasure. OMG, I saw it wrong. Misunderstood. A middle-aged man appeared on the desk. He has a full forehead and a square chin, and looks energetic, and most importantly, he is looking at himself with a smile on his face. Just like an elder, it looks extremely deceptive. I think the man in front of me is Han Sanping. Hello, Third Master. I'm Liuhai, a graduate of Beijing Film Academy. I just entered the entertainment industry. I have to say, the bangs in front of me are really good. He is dignified and handsome. I have seen many young and handsome guys in the circle, but there is still some gap between them and the man in front of me. In addition to being handsome, the guy in front of me also has unparalleled confidence. You have to know that self-confidence is something that needs to be cultivated from a young age. No one can be confident all the time, not even yourself. But the man in front of him gave him a feeling of confidence and nothing else. No wonder Xiaoli fell for him so easily. He is handsome and has a good temperament. He is every woman's dream lover. Just like how men always like 18-year-old girls. Chapter 23 announces cast, causing a stir in the entertainment industry. Xiaohai, is it okay for me to call you that? With your looks, you will definitely be able to become a successful actor soon. Why do you want to be a director? You know, it's not easy to be a director. Come on, love is a test for yourself. Being an actor is not as awesome as being a director. As an actor, you have to be controlled by investors, directors, and producers. In short, it is extremely difficult to get ahead. How can you get ahead without hard work? Being a director is different, as long as you can prove yourself and make money. Those investors can even call you grandpa to your face. If you have money, you are the boss. Of course, there are certain risks. And this risk is nothing compared to Liuhai, who made me a reborn person, with a golden finger. Although the system is not very reliable, it is not a problem to crush the entertainment industry. Har har, you must be joking. I prefer being a director to being an actor. To put it bluntly, being an actor ultimately means becoming an international actor like Chow Yun-fat or Lung Ji, and that's basically the end of it. But being a director is different. He can decide the fate of countless actors. I want to create a film and television era that belongs to my bangs. Crazy, really crazy, absolutely crazy to the point of no limit. The man in front of me is actually going to create his own film era. Even though Han Sanping had seen countless people, he was still shocked by Liuhai's dream. When I realized it, it seemed a little impossible. But thinking back to the movie script I just watched, the other party is really talented. As long as he doesn't have a flash in the pan, becoming a big director like Xiao Gang is basically a foregone conclusion. Going further, it is not impossible to lead an era. At this moment, he understood why Liu Xiaoli would throw herself into this man's arms like a moth to a flame. Any woman would like a man like this. Thinking of her daughter, if this man wasn't Liu Xiaoli's boyfriend, she would have wanted to marry the man in front of her as her son-in-law. With me as a promoter, the other party's path to becoming a director will probably be smoother. Afterwards, Liuhai gave a detailed explanation of the content of the movie. When he heard that Liuhai was preparing to build a counterfeit money production line to truly reproduce the production process of US dollar bills. Even though Han Sanping was knowledgeable and experienced, he was still shocked by the other party's wild ideas. In order to make a movie, set up a production line. You guys are probably planning to print US dollars under the guise of making a movie. Han Sanping stared at Liuhai in front of him, trying to see the answer from the other person's expression. Third master, in all these years, there has never been a movie of this type in the film and television industry. If we make this film, it will definitely cause a huge sensation. As the distributor, China Film Group's influence will definitely be further enhanced. Han Sanping really admired Liuhai at this moment, who could write such a script. I fell in love with this story at first sight. If the printing process of US dollar bills could be reproduced in a movie, it would definitely cause a sensation. You know, the process of printing banknotes in various countries is now top secret. Although the beautiful country is free, it is not open to this extent. I heard that you were planning to have Fat Gore and Aaron Kwok play the male lead roles. Is that settled? After these words were spoken, Liuhai knew that the matter was basically settled. He immediately replied, "The movie has 2 male protagonists. I plan to let Chow Yun-fat and Aaron Kwok play one stage each. The total investment for the film is about 120 million yuan. Xiaoli has prepared 100 million yuan, and we are still short of 20 million yuan. Brother FA and King Gua need you to take action. You know, even if Hong Kong movies are in decline, not everyone can invite Chow Yun-fat and Aaron Kwok. Unless you hire 2 people at a very high price." But Liuhai had no such intention. If you have a tool like Han Sanping, it would be a waste if you don't use him. I help you make money, so you have to protect me. As the boss of China Film Group and a man whose word is law in the mainland film and television circles, no celebrity actor can refuse Mr. Han's face. Even if this person is a superstar or Chow Yun-fat, it won't work. 3 days later, the information jointly released by China Film Group and Liuhai Film and Television directly became a hot topic. Genius director Liuhai, together with China Film Group, invested 120 million yuan and invited 2 superstars, Chow Yun-fat and Aaron Kwok, to jointly create the movie Wuxuan. This is a theme you have never seen before. Liuhai is the new company established by Liu Xiaoli and Liuhai for the filming of the movie Wuxuan. The company name is taken from one character of each person's name, simple and clear. It was a new theme, and they also invited Chow Yun-fat and Aaron Kwok, which caused a sensation in the entire entertainment industry. You know, the last time Chow Yun-fat collaborated with Aaron Kwok was many years ago. At that time, neither of them was a superstar, so there was still the possibility of cooperation. Later, both of them became top bosses in the circle, so the chances of cooperation naturally became smaller and smaller. After all, when they reach their status, no one can play a supporting role to support the other. But when we think about the fact that it was invested by China Film, it doesn't seem strange anymore. But this Liuhai Film and Television feels a bit strange. Soon, a series of investigations into this company began. It is only the beginning of the 21st century now, not 23 years later. An investment of 120 million is a huge amount. The key is that this movie is invested by China Film Group. As for Liuhai, it seems to be a small company and people in the industry don't take it seriously. But the truth is, China Film invested 30 million yuan, plus distribution fees, which only accounted for 30% of the box office share. Although I am optimistic about this movie, it has not been tested in the market and no one knows what the performance will be like after it is released. In addition, there are undercurrents within China Film Group, and Han Sanping is not willing to take too much risk. Soon, Liuhai's photos and information were placed on the desks of the bosses of major film and television companies. Everyone's first reaction was that this might be a gigolo. Because according to the information, the boss behind Liuhai Film and Television is actually Liu Tianxian's mother Liu Xiaoli. And Liuhai is just a college student who just graduated from the performance department of Beijing Film Academy. As soon as he graduated, he became a director of multi-million-dollar productions, and he collaborated with King Chow Yun-fat and Aaron Kwok. At first glance, everyone thought that he had drunk too much last night and was still sleepy. A famous pretty widow in the entertainment industry invested money in a young hunk to make a movie. If you say there is nothing wrong with this, I won't believe it even if you kill me. The entertainment industry really knows how to have fun. It turns out that the pretty widow doesn't like wealthy businessmen, but young and handsome men. Countless young handsome guys who think they have good looks are now regretting their decision. If I had known that my sister liked this, I would have risked my life to have an encounter with her. I don't want more, 10 million is enough. Chapter 24 almost exposed the relationship with Liu Xiaoli. On the other side, in Liu Tianxian's villa, 3 women were sitting on the sofa. What? Mom, you invested in a movie for Lao Liu. Liu Tianxian, who was originally lying on the sofa, sat up with a look of shock on her face and said to the woman next to her in confusion. Compared to Liu Tianxian's shock, Jiang Yiyan on the side was not surprised at all. After all, he knew the relationship between the two very well. Looking at her friend who was full of doubt, she silently said in her heart, "Of course not. Your mother has obtained a marriage certificate with old Liu, so they are a couple, right? I want to say it out loud, but I don't dare. I can't do anything that will destroy the family. Yes, Liuhai wrote a script and I accidentally saw it. I thought it had great investment prospects, so I invested in it. Besides, didn't you advise me before not to just invest my money in real estate? This time I just want to test the waters in the film and television industry. If I succeed, it will be the first shot in my foray into the film and television industry." I actually said this. After Liu Xiaoli's explanation, the doubts in Liu Tianxian's heart disappeared immediately. The news said that the preliminary preparations have already begun. The 2 male protagonists have been confirmed to be Chow Yun-fat and Aaron Kwok, but the female lead seems to have not been reported in the news. Is the female lead not decided yet? I took another look at the news and there was another piece of information. It's about the entire entertainment industry, auditioning for the leading actress. With such a big production, why don't you consider yourself? Liu Tianxian said that she was a little angry. Mom, you invested in this movie, why don't you let me be the heroine? And you're still casting people in the entertainment industry. Liu Tianxian pulled Liu Xiaoli's arm and said indignantly. Oh tilde. The casting is mainly handled by Liuhai and another executive assistant director. Mommy just invested some money. Liu Xiaoli explained helplessly. She has been busy being romantic with her young husband these days and has completely forgotten about her daughter. Sure enough, what the book says is right. When a woman falls in love, she tends to become love-brained. I used to sneer at it, but I never thought that one day I would be like this. Thinking of this, her face felt hot. Mom, then you call him and ask him to come to the villa tonight. I'm determined to be the heroine, and I don't believe he dares to refuse. Liu Tianxian said with great passion. She is the daughter of an investor and is friends with Liuhai, so it's not excessive for her to be the heroine, right? Besides, I have a good figure and good looks, and many directors have asked me to play the leading female role. Okay, Mommy will call Liuhai right now. As he said that, he stood up, picked up the phone from the table and started calling. Time quickly came to night. A Mercedes-Benz parked in the parking space of the villa with ease. A handsome man with a ruddy face got out of the car. Ring the doorbell. As the footsteps got closer, the door of the villa was opened. The person who opened the door was Liu Tianxian, who was dressed in a nightgown. The milky white nightgown with lace and a lazy expression is absolutely stunning. Did you just wake up? You really don't consider yourself an outsider. The nightgown is so short and has a V neckline. Old Liu, you got together with my mom without telling anyone, you are really too brave, aren't you? As soon as Liu Tianxian finished speaking, Liuhai, who was following closely behind him, was shocked. Damn, it was discovered so quickly. Are you going to be someone else's stepfather today? Will Liu Tianxian tear herself apart with her bare hands like Erkang tore apart the Japanese soldiers with his bare hands in the TV series? Your mom and I are really. What? What's the difference between you and my mom? Liu Tianxian on the sofa seemed not to hear clearly and asked. How did you and my mother come to work together? She is such a cautious person, but she actually spent nearly 100 million to start a company and invest in your filming. She has never been so kind to me. I suspect that you two are closer than she and I are. On the sofa, Liu Tianxian said with a resentful look on her face, as if the appearance of Liuhai had snatched away the love that originally belonged to her. Isn't it? We are the closest people, the closest kind. The love I give you, you can't give it to me. Liuhai said in his heart, feeling somewhat proud. I almost got so impulsive that I confessed directly. It turned out that he was asking how he got in touch with his cheap wife, not that their relationship was discovered. I almost scared myself. It was your birthday party a while ago. I thought that many people in the industry would come to your birthday party, so I brought the script and tried my luck. I didn't expect my aunt to see the script. She liked the story very much. We talked for a long time and she decided to sponsor me to make this movie. Liuhai told lies with his eyes open and made up a story in the blink of an eye. You can't say that you were having a birthday party that day and I took your mother to the sports meeting. Xiao Hazy, let's not talk about anything else. I like this heroine. What do you think? Liu Tianxian said carelessly. It seemed as if it was 90% certain that Liuhai would give him the role. Liu Tianxian wants to play the leading female role? Soft article. It seems that it is not impossible. In Wuxuan, it seems that the male lead has more scenes, while the female lead's role is not that outstanding. It seems like a good idea to let Liu Tianxian play the role of Ruanwen. She has a fan base, good acting skills, and she's pretty. This chapter is not over yet, please click on the next page to continue reading. Absolutely. Good things should be kept within the family. What? You want a salary of 15 million? Liuhai was shocked by the conditions offered by Liu Tianxian. You have to know that Chow Yun-fat and Aaron Kwok only gave 25 million in total. I plan to use the remaining money to set up a film crew and build a counterfeit money production line. After all, it is the production process of preparing a 99% one-to-one replica of US dollar bills. Tens of millions were spent on purchasing machines, special paper for US dollar bills, and all sorts of other things. Of course, the manufacturing cost is relatively high. The actual cost of producing a 100 US dollar bill is several times higher. The printed US dollars will naturally be subject to special supervision. Each one will be registered, and everything will be supervised by government departments. The production line will be donated to the government free of charge afterwards. The printed US dollar bills will also be printed with a commemorative version of the movie, Wuxuan, and sold as works of art. Do you know how much Chow Yun-fat is paid for a film? Do you know how much Aaron Kwok is paid for a film? Liuhai raised his voice and spoke to Liu Tianxian in front of him with a speechless face. Liu Tianxian, I think 2,500 per person is still necessary, right? Liuhai, it's 2,500, but it's 2,500 for two people combined. After the words were spoken, it was Liu Tianxian's turn to be shocked. What? Two king level ones only have 2,500. Afraid that Liu Tianxian would not believe him, Liuhai continued to explain. Third master stepped in, and Fat Gore and Wu Qianwen liked the script very much after reading it. They learned that it would be very expensive to print 1:1 replicas of US dollars, so they reduced their own salaries to support the filming of the movie. Chow Yun-fat and Aaron Kwok took the initiative to reduce their pay. Liu Tianxian said in disbelief. Liuhai, are you sure? Did I deliberately make up a lie to deceive you? This price is too low. It's unbelievable. Liu Tianxian still found it unbelievable. That's because my script is awesome. If it wasn't awesome, let alone lowering my salary, even if I offered a high price, I wouldn't necessarily be able to convince Chow Yun-fat and the King of Pop. Liuhai's face was full of confidence, and his words were full of confidence in his script. After hearing what Liuhai said, Liu Tianxian became even more curious about the story told in the movie. Chapter 25 Huai's Powerful Public Relations Team. Liuhai's words made Liu Xiaoli and Jiang Yiyan, who had just come down from upstairs, admire him very much. As expected, he is a genius director, so confident. Even Chow Yun-fat and Aaron Kwok don't take it seriously. If such a person seizes the opportunity, his future achievements will definitely be limitless. Especially Liu Xiaoli, her eyes were full of stars, as if she saw her idol. Afterwards, Liuhai told his adopted daughter the story of the movie. On the other hand, major companies in the entertainment industry are getting ready to move. Especially the Huai brothers in the circle, as the number one giant besides China Film. The Wang brothers of Huai have always wanted to defeat China Film and become the leader in the industry. The entertainment industry today is not yet ready for a flourishing era after many years. China Film Group is the well-deserved big brother. In the general manager's office of Huai Media Company, Limited, a woman wearing a low business suit and looking extremely capable is discussing something with a man. I only heard the woman say, now the number one and number two male roles have been decided. Let's just focus on the number one and number two female roles. I heard that this Liuhai is a pretty boy who got promoted. Isn't that a sure thing for Huai? The man opposite said seriously, don't underestimate this guy. He can handle the pretty widow Liu Xiaoli and get the approval of the third master. He must be quite capable. The man reminded the woman not to underestimate a person. Based on his understanding of Han Sanping, the other party will not let him go easily just because he knows the pretty widow Liu Xiaoli. The business world is like a battlefield, and no one's money comes from the wind. This investment of over 100 million, even if it is a joint venture, is tens of millions of real money invested. Besides, China Film Group is not a company that is ruled by just Han Sanping. There is no way the company would let Han Sanping do a business that is obviously a loss-making business. From this we can see that the script of the movie Wuxuan must be very good. Thinking of this, he decided that Wei must have a role in this movie. The two people in the conversation were none other than Wang Zhonglei, the general manager of Wei, and Wang Jinghua, the boss of the artist department, who is known as the #1 agent in the circle. Find a way to get Liuhai's public relations. We at Wei must get the leading and second female roles. After thinking about it, Wang Zhonglei directly put forward his request. In terms of public relations, Wei has its own public relations team. If necessary, the actresses in the company can transform into public relations managers and tackle a problem. The fact that Wei can become a big shot in the circle today, the role of this public relations team is self-evident. The team is full of experts. Drinking 2 or 3 kilograms of alcohol is no problem. If you can play games to create an atmosphere and let go, you can naturally win many projects. Wang Jinghua is no longer surprised by such things. Over the years, she and her public relations team have secured many important roles in movies for the company. After all, it's impossible for this role to fall from the sky while you're lying at home. Of course, it's not impossible to lie at home, the key is whether it is that home, the director's home, or your own home. She thinks she is the best at dealing with men like Liuhai who rely on others to get ahead. Just add a few more flattering words, a few glasses of wine, and let those little fairies take the initiative. You won't have to worry about not getting the role. As for a woman like Liu Xiaoli, she didn't even take her seriously. Why not just do it secretly? Heaven knows, earth knows, you know, and I know. Once the plan was finalized, the public relations planning soon began. A day later, a group of people gathered in a private room of Beijing International Hotel. Director Liu, I heard that your masterpiece, Wuxuan, is looking for a female lead. What do you think of my Hawaii actress? The woman glanced at the actresses around her and said to Liuhai with a smile. No wonder the entertainment industry was later hailed as a big melting pot. The love begins here. Looking at the row of familiar figures around, they will be the mainstays of the entertainment industry in the future. Both Xuangbing are here, as well as Li Shui, Huasian, and Yang Baobei. It's almost as if everyone is here. His eyes swept over Huasian, and Liuhai couldn't help but take another look. Many years later, the story of this woman's great ambitions has been circulating on the internet. I took a look today and it really lives up to its reputation, it is definitely ambitious. I can see it at a glance. Sure enough, talented people can get by wherever they go. Of course, compared with the legendary Fan Bingbing, the gap is still a bit obvious. Fan Bingbing is very beautiful, and at this moment she already exudes a temperament that is different from ordinary people. Maybe this is what domineering means. The other party has already given him a lot of face, so he has no choice but to hide it. He smiled and said, Boss Wang, you are a straightforward person, so I will get straight to the point. The female lead position is already taken, so I can't give it to you. The female lead, female third, or even other supporting actress roles are all fine. The leading actress has been decided so quickly. Wang Jinghua was surprised. Because according to observation, there was no sign on Liuhai's face that he was trying to fool them. This made her exclaim in surprise. Is there any company that moves faster than Hawaii? Did you deal with that pretty boy Liuhai so quickly? In response to the question, Liuhai continued, the leading actress has been decided. It's the producer's daughter, Liu Xiaoli's daughter Liu Tianxian. When Wang Jinghua heard that it was Liu Tianxian, she gave up the idea of continuing to fight. My dear, there is more to this chapter. Please click on the next page to continue reading. It's even more exciting later. Liu Tianxian is very popular now and has a good fan base. Plus, the other person has a good mother and a good classmate, so he naturally became the first choice. Although the leading female role is gone, for such a big production, even the second female role is worth a try. If you can work with superstars like Chow Yun-fat and Aaron Kwok, your own value will increase a lot. Fan Bingbing picked up the wine glass and stood up and walked to Liuhai. Director Liu, it's our first meeting. Please take care of me. You can do whatever you want with me. After saying that, he drank the wine in his hand in one gulp. As expected, she is worthy of being the future Fan Yi, she is so domineering even when drinking. Liuhai also picked up the wine glass and drank it all. Rejected Fan Bingbing's request to sit next to him. I'm afraid that Fan Yi is going to sit on me. Is this the unspoken rule of the entertainment industry? You must not fall into this trap. No wonder so many people want to be directors. It feels so wonderful to be flattered by others. The key is that you can easily get the star idols who are madly pursued by countless fans and moviegoers to eat and drink with you. The other party must also please you. Absolutely amazing. With the proofs in hand, the other actresses also raised their glasses to toast. Once you enter the world, you have no choice. The world of martial arts is not about fighting and killing, it's more about human relationships and worldly wisdom. Liuhai accepted all the flattery from everyone. As for the role, it doesn't matter who you give it to. As long as there is no problem when performing, it's fine. After 3 rounds of wine, the dishes have 5 flavors. Liuhai waved his hand and said, these male supporting roles, as well as the second and third female roles, will be given melon seeds directly. As for how to distribute it, that's your problem. Just don't delay my filming. Wang Jingwo was overjoyed when she heard this, it was finally done. Seeing that Liuhai drank a little too much, she secretly put a card into his pocket. Then, he showed a smile that said, you know what I mean.